It's time for Atlantic Trojan basketball. Here's Tom Robinson alongside Cody McCreedy on KS 95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
And good evening, everyone. Tom Robinson alongside Cody McCreedy as the Atlantic Trojans take on the Clarinda Cardinals here in this girl-boy doubleheader here this evening. And Trojans out of the floor right now. Had a little picture, a little photo op before the game, and they'll get warmed up. We're about 15 minutes away from the opening tip-off. Hey, want to give kudos to all of our sponsors here this season. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop, locations in Atlantic and Carroll. Also, the First Whitney Bank, the only bank you'll ever need, First Whitney Bank. Also, Body Basic, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics. And the Seed Pros, by your side to maximize yields. From the word go, your Pioneer Pros, John Becker, Mark Ventiger, Gary Dinkla, and Nick Knudsen. 2nd Street Auto, your transmission pros, and Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors. Outfitters Plus Outlet Store, your home for personalized sports apparel in Atlantic. And the Super Bowl. Grab the gang and head to the Super Bowl for Glow Bowling every Friday and Saturday night. Switta, safe, reliable Switta for all your transportation needs. And Stein Seed. Stein has yield. Contact Darren Petty, your local Stein representative. Hy-Vee, bakery, deli, grocery, meat, department of pharmacy, always there for you, your Atlantic Hy-Vee. And Atlantic Ag and Auto, your locally owned full-line CarQuest retail store in Atlantic. Also brought to you by Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, a hometown bank, hometown people. Member FDIC, Elkhart Plastics, integrity, optimism, customer focus, and a can-do spirit. Go to MyersIndustries.com/careers to fill out an application. The Fish Store and Pet Center, your local one-stop pet shop in downtown Atlantic. Thank you to all of our Atlantic sports sponsors, and a big thanks to Nishnanet. They power our video stream tonight on westerniowatoday.com. You can watch this game. Go to westerniowatoday.com and find our KS957 video. And you can watch both these games tonight, the girls' game and the boys' game as well. The video stream on westerniowatoday.com, powered by Nishnanet. Coach's Show coming up. We're brought to you by McAtee Tire. The opening tip-off, First Whitney Bank, Olson Fuel, and Olson BP brings our halftime show, and Cass Health, our post-game show here. And our scoreboard always brought to you by the Seed Pros. They are by your side to maximize yields. From the word go, John Becker, Mark Ventiger, Gary Dinkla, and Nick Knudsen. And Cody McCreedy alongside here is Trojans at home again and looking to improve off of last week's loss to Glenwood. Cody, what do you look for tonight?
Just looking forward to another great home game. It's been a little bit of a rough start for the Trojans here, so hopefully they can bounce back tonight against the Clarinda Cardinals, and we'll see how much these girls learn from the game to Clarinda.
We look at Clarinda, some of the stats here. They've got some height in that lineup, Cody McCreedy, and they've got 2 players in double figures. Addison Wagner, a sophomore, averaging 13, and Jersey Knight averaging 10 points a game. So we'll keep an eye on that. And also Atlantic, of course, it's Peyton Harder, averaging 17 points a game, and then you kind of drop down to single digits. So really be nice to see some of the other Trojans now start to contribute and get Maddie Richter hot from the behind the arc too.
Yeah, exactly. You got to get someone else outside of your star player. Every day you can have your star player come out and perform the best you can, but you need that other player to step up and really give another decent performance, and you just haven't seen that with any of the other starters this year. So hopefully we can see someone step up and take the reins as the second scorer tonight and get into double figures and really help Peyton down low, so all the pressure isn't on her, and release some of it on release some of that pressure so she can play her game.
I thought the Trojans, one thing we've seen the improvement is how they handle pressure defense, and we saw that early in the season. They got a little bit better against Glenwood on the road or on Friday night.
Oh yeah, they did, and I know Coach Ferguson after that ACGC game really wanted to work on that and make it better. So you can see through that, you can see how much they practice it and how much they're gonna, we'll see how much the practice paid off tonight.
Very good. Cody McCreedy, Tom Robinson joining us here as we bring you the Atlantic Trojan Clarinda Cardinal Hawkeye 10 Conference basketball matchup here tonight. Here, our Coach's Show is coming up. It's brought to you by McAtee Tire. McAtee Tire and Service, your headquarters for all your automotive repairs, and Goodyear Tires at 100 West 2nd Street in Atlantic. We're back with a visit with head coach Dan Vargas, and right after this.
This segment of Did You Know by Amy Jo is about hydraulic hoses. Well, guess what? They break. And at the worst times possible, too. Atlantic Egg and Auto can build you a new hydraulic hose most of the time faster than it takes you to even get to town. Now, don't begin a ticket race into town to see me. Since you're here, you might as well get more hydraulic fluid, shop towels, detailing supplies, and fresh cab to keep those rodents out. Atlantic and Audubon Egg and Auto, your only locally owned CarQuest Auto Parts stores.
Tires at 100 West 2nd Street in Atlantic. We're joined by Atlantic head girls basketball coach Dan Vargas. And Trojans and the Clarinda Cardinals warming up here this evening. Coach, thanks for joining us. And, you know, as I look over Clarinda, first of all, I see a lot of size here, a lot of height. Break down this team for us.
Yeah, they're a team that you know they've got a little bit of size. You know, Sage Howard in size, pretty tall kid, and you know they've got some guards. They're a much more experienced team. Last year they're playing a lot of freshmen. This year those kids became sophomores. They put time in. They're well coached. Coach Lord's done a good job with them, and I know Coach Hannafin did a good job with them last year. So they're much more confident, much more improved, and they're just going to keep getting better as a young team.
Coach, what are some of the challenges you face here against Clarinda?
Well, I think just their defensive intensity. You know, last year they were scrappy. They'd force turnovers and try to get some runouts, and again with being a little bit more comfortable with that. There's obviously some schematic changes with the new coach and things like that. But they play hard. This group has always played hard. They're averaging 50 points a game, so they're able to put the ball through the hoop. And they're generating about, I think they have almost 15 steals a game. So when a team's taking the ball away and able to turn it into points, that's something you got to be leery of, and we have been prone to turnovers. So something's got to give if we're going to win this game. Either they're going to have to get fewer steals or, you know, we're going to be in some trouble.
Well, let's talk about your basketball team and, you know, what are you looking for from your players tonight?
Well, I think the biggest thing is just the execution against pressure. Against Glenwood, we had some spells where we did a nice job, but there were other times, and we've watched some film the last couple of days where we saw where there were some weaknesses. We weren't in the right spots, and that put our guards into bad positions, and then we had some turnovers that resulted in layups. I think we gave up 8 straight points against Glenwood off of layups with an and one, a three, and then another layup. So you take those types of plays out of the game, and you run your press breaks, you run things disciplined, you find people, you use fakes to move the defense in their eyes and see if they, you know, have that integrity to keep an eye on everything. And if we do those things and we move the ball and get in the right spots, I think we should be able to handle the pressure, and that's our biggest thing right now because we're scoring the ball well once we get across half. The issue's been getting into our offense.
Yeah, shooting 42%, not too bad. And Peyton Harder, 17. Obviously, she's going to draw a crowd. You know, how do you compensate that when the defense are going to double team on her? Obviously, it's going to be pretty important to rely on some of the other players as well to shoot the ball.
Yeah, you absolutely said it. And it was the same thing. You know, people always ask how we'd handle box and one and things like that with Haley Rass. And we used to try to do all sorts of things, and nothing worked except other people scoring. So once you get other people going, it alleviates that pressure. And if other people don't score, you know, there's not much you can do. I mean, Peyton can get rebound putbacks. That's going to be your best bet. But if they're going to double team your post player, and even if you bring her on the perimeter, you're still putting her in that 2-on-1 situation. So that's the best thing that we've been able to do when teams cheat towards her is get other people going and driving to the basket. And when we get into the paint, then they have a choice, give up a layup or step off of Peyton. And when we've been able to do that, that's when we've been able to either get open looks on the layups or we've been able to dump it off to Peyton.
You know, you have 92 rebounds. That's pretty good, Coach Varg. I mean, you're averaging 30 a game, so you're doing pretty good on the boards. I mean, am I correct? Do you agree with that, or?
Yeah, that's something that I was actually concerned about coming into the season. You know, last year we were a tall team, and I thought, you know, rebounding might go down a little bit, but I thought our defensive rebounding has been fantastic.
Yeah.
And a lot of the offensive rebounds teams are getting. I talked to our other coaches about this. There's like 4 in a row. You know, they miss it and they get it right back, but they're in position. You know, everyone in the crowd's yelling to box out, but when you're behind them, you can't box them out. You can't pick up a foul, so you're at the mercy of them finishing or blocking it. You know, so it's been one of those things where there have been a lot of those offensive rebounds against us have been on the same possession. They just keep missing to themselves. So I've been very happy with our rebounding as a whole. You know, and we're working on making sure that if we do get beat on a box out on the backside, we get them pushed under the paint instead of letting them get those easy putbacks. So very good on the rebounding side, and we've done a much better job than I expected.
Well, let's talk about the keys. Different report every night. It's the Cardinals tonight. What are going to be the keys for success here, Coach Ferguson?
Yeah, handle the pressure, number one. Right now I think that's our only key until we get that cleaned up. There's not much else to get too focused on is just execute. Take care of the ball and execute, and those two things go together. We tend to turn the ball over when someone's not in position and someone tries to do a little bit too much, or we get going a little bit too fast and we're not being disciplined. So just getting ourselves into the right places, taking things one step at a time, relax. Those are the biggest messages we preach, and if we value the ball and we're in the right place, that puts us in a position to be in every game.
Awesome. Coach Ferguson, thank you very much. Hey, best of luck tonight.
Thank you very much, Tom.
Coach's Show brought to you by McAtee Tire and Service, your headquarters for all your automotive repairs, and Goodyear Tires at 100 West 2nd Street in Atlantic. We'll be back with the starters and the First Whitney Bank opening tip-off on 95.7 FM and our live video stream, westernnowtoday.com, powered by Nishnanet.
Good coaches know their players' strengths and weaknesses. They watch, evaluate, and come up with a game plan to make their team better. Like a good coach, when you bring your vehicle to McAtee Tire, they listen to your concerns and give clear explanations on how they can help. They come up with a game plan to get your vehicle performing at its best. From tires to oil changes, brakes, engine repair, and more, McAtee Tire can assist in all your vehicle needs and help you feel prepared for all the competitions ahead. McAtee Tire and Service, where their game-winning service is always a slam dunk.
Welcome back to Atlantic, and Tom Robinson alongside Cody McCreedy as Clarinda warming up. Atlantic back in the locker room. We are looking forward to bringing you this girl-boy doubleheader tonight of the Hawkeye 10 Conference. And Cody, we talked a lot about the Trojans here, and we look at Clarinda, and they're off to a good start. They're 2-1 of the season. They defeated Lennox 53-45 on November the 21st, and November 28th they topped Red Oak 65-44. They did fall short last Friday night to St. Albert by the score of 49-33 in Hawkeye 10 Conference play. Now Atlantic has played 4 games. They had an early bird there on November the 17th. They played Pele, lost at 70-47. November 21st, it was Atlantic over Denison Sleswig 39-26, and the 28th ACGC topped the Trojans 63-44. Then last Friday night on the road, Atlantic and Glenwood, and the Rams won 56-42. Trojans had a good start, and then they really had kind of a rough third quarter, but came back in the fourth quarter and played quite well. In fact, outscored the Rams, so they handled that pressure defense just a little bit better, and that's going to be the key here tonight. We did mention that Peyton Harder's 17-point average coming in the first 4 games. She has 51 points, and so far, their first 3 games, 51 points in 3 games. And Harder on the season averaging 11 rebounds a game coming in here tonight. So looking forward to seeing what Peyton can do. But like we mentioned earlier, we got to see some other players kind of get involved for Atlantic.
Yeah, we got to get a couple more players involved here. We have Zoe Kirchhoff here that is averaging 5.8 points per game. And with that kind of a spread between your leading scorer and your second leading scorer, as an opponent, you know exactly who to guard, you know where the offense is going to go through, and you know that, okay, this person's not going to shoot, so we got to focus more on Peyton here down low. So if we, the key to this game really is, can we get someone else to step up and get into the double figures to relieve some of that pressure off of Peyton?
No doubt about it. Hey, we're going to take a 2-minute timeout here as more pregame coming up, and then we'll have the starting lineups here in just a little bit. We're back right after these on 95.7 FM and live video stream at westernnowtoday.com, powered by Nishnanet.
Winter is
First Whitney Bank is the longest-standing locally owned bank in Atlantic, and as such, we take pride in how we serve our community. For generations, we have been involved with our customers and their families by getting involved in community events and by supporting technology and teaching financial literacy in our schools. You'll also see our support of athletics on the scoreboards at home events. It's this involvement that allows us to know our customers and their families for generations. First Whitney Bank, the only bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
After years of wondering why I see more runners than other athletes, I figured it out. Well, a sophomore hurdler explained it to me. This is Dr. Fritz Beyer of Body Basics Chiropractic, and he told me since my hip started acting up, I lost 1 second from my time. 1 second in a 55-second race is less than 2%, but he knew it instantly because the stopwatch told him. In other sports, there's not a stopwatch to tell you when the nagging injury takes 2% from you. To make sure you're giving your 100%, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics.
Olson's BP in Atlantic is the keep you going store, and they'll keep you going all day long with breakfast selections like breakfast burritos, breakfast sandwiches, and breakfast staples like biscuits and gravy. For lunch, what better place to stop than Olson's BP? With burgers, Champ's chicken sandwiches, and Godfather's personal pizzas, you're sure to be refueled for that afternoon grind. And after a long day of work, let Olson's BP do the cooking for you. Hot and fresh Champ's chicken with all the sides and every kind of pizza topping you can think of on your Godfather's pizza. It's Olson's BP on 2nd Street in Atlantic, the Keep You Going store.
On KS 95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
Okay, welcome back to Atlantic. And Tom Robinson alongside Cody McCreedy. We're about 3.5 minutes away from our starting lineups and the First Whitney Bank opening tip-off. Just to go through some of the Atlantic stats here, we're going to get those up today. I think I was looking at three. They were 3 games. We're going to get back to 4-game stats here. We'll start off with McKenna Schrader. She has 10 points so far in the season. And Zoe Kirchhoff with the 23. Kirchhoff had some threes the other night against the Glenwood. Also for the Trojans with 9 total. Lila Wiederstein, look to see her get in that scoring column just a little bit more. Claire Pellet was 7 total points and 68 points for Peyton Harder after 4 games. So she's averaging right about 1 and 19 points a game. So pretty good for Peyton Harder with that 19-point average. And then, you get down to some others here that have scored so far this season. Riley Harlan, she's that freshman coming off the bench for Atlantic, and she has 3 total points this season. Addie Friend has also been getting some playing time. Another freshman here for the Trojan, and she has a pair of points here on the year. And you get down to Katrina Williams. She has 14 points for the Trojans and 19 points for Maddie Richter here for Atlantic coming in this contest here tonight. So once again, we'll go back to you, Cody McCreedy, and what's going to be the keys for the Trojans here?
Yeah, so the keys to the Trojans here are just a couple things here. First, you got to have another scorer. Someone get hot tonight. We know Peyton Harder's going to come out and she's going to have a good game tonight, like she has every single game this year. But is there going to be someone else that can step up and take the pressure off of her? We just need someone else. The Trojans need someone else to come out and score in double digits, just to relieve some of that pressure. And the second thing is, are the threes going to fall tonight? We need to, the Trojans need to get people out because they're going to collapse on Peyton if we're not hitting the 3 ball. So can we get a couple threes to fall to spread out that defense and allow Peyton to do, what she does best down low?
Very good, Cody McCreedy, as we're getting set for the starting lineups tonight of the First Whitney Bank opening tip-off, and we're going to get to that here right now. First Whitney Bank, the only bank you'll ever need. First Whitney Bank opening tip-off coming up after this.
Work seems a lot less like work when you do it with the people you know, family, neighbors, and friends. When you do your banking at First Whitney Bank, it's much.
First Whitney Bank is the longest standing locally owned bank in Atlantic, and as such, we take pride in how we serve our community. For generations, we have been involved with our customers and their families by getting involved in community events and by supporting technology and teaching financial literacy in our schools. You'll also see our support of athletics on the scoreboards at home events. It's this involvement that allows us to know our customers and their families for generations. First Whitney Bank, the only bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
So they've had a good season so far to Coach Shelby McCreedy. Cody, you know her, I believe. Up to a good start.
Yeah, we've met a couple times.
So the JV team solid, and they've had, like I said, a good start here so far here this season. waiting to have the clock run down. They're going to have the starting lineups. We can start those for you. As far as that goes, it's going to be Jersey Knight starting at a guard, a 5'4" junior. And Addison Wagner, 5'6" sophomore, also starting at a guard. The center is Sage Howard, a 6'2" senior. And Maddie Cole, a 5'2" sophomore at a guard. And Bailey Nordyke, a 5'4" senior. Bailey Nordyke is a forward for the Clarinda Cardinals in their red uniforms with white numbers and that black and white trim down the side with that red. Jersey Knight enters the contest averaging 10 points a game, just 34 total in 3 games. Addison Wagner right at 13 points a game. Sage Howard, the tall post player inside, averaging just 4 points a game and 5 rebounds. And Maddie Cole, also the starter for the Clarinda Cardinals, averaging 7 points a game. And Bailey Nordyke, a 5'4" senior. Nordyke comes in with a 4-point per game average. Leading rebounders, Nordyke was 6, and Jersey Knight was 6 on average coming in. Knight with 20 rebounds and Nordyke with 18 rebounds this season. One thing to look at as well is the steals. The Cardinals have 45 steals on the year. Atlantic with 22, and that's something that Coach Vargas wants to see maybe just a little bit better, is that to get those steals on defense. And the Cardinals about double Atlantic, and they played one less game here on the season. For the Trojans, Zoe Kirchhoff will start at a guard, a 5'5" sophomore. Clara Pellet at a guard, a 5'6" senior. Katrina Williams, a 5'11" sophomore. Maddie Richter, a 5'6" junior. And Peyton Harder, a 5'10" junior. Those are your starters for Atlantic. Kirchhoff averaging 5 a game. As we mentioned earlier, Peyton Harder averaging right at 19 points a contest. Claire Pellet at 2 a game. Katrina Williams for the Trojans averaging 3 points a ball game. And Maddie Richter right at 5 points a game. Now Richter can hit that 3. If you're getting behind the arc, she can get hot. And we're just waiting to see that this season, Cody.
Yeah, I'm just hoping. We're just hoping that she can get hot tonight because, like I said earlier, gotta relieve some of that pressure away from Peyton so we can open up down low.
And the crowd started to gather here now at the here in Atlantic for the opening contest. We're going to take a 4-minute timeout, or we're back in 2 minutes with more from Atlantic on 95.7 FM and live video streamed at westerniowatoday.com, powered by Nishnanet. Introducing the Street Warrior Diesel Performance Transmission only at 2nd Street Auto in Atlantic. With the performance of today's modern diesel pickups, a properly built transmission is a must. A custom-built Street Warrior transmission from 2nd Street Auto is the answer to your work, play, and competition diesel applications. Stop by 2nd Street Auto or give them a call. Always remember, if you run into problems when you're on the road, 2nd Street isn't going to let you down. As always, your local tow and initial diagnosis is always free with your repair.
The
2nd Street Auto in
Pharmacy
Atlantic.
is now open with their convenient.
This segment of Did You Know by Amy Jo is about hydraulic hoses. Well, guess what? They break. And at the worst times possible, too. Atlantic Egg and Auto can build you a new hydraulic hose most of the time faster than it takes you to even get to town. Now, don't begin a ticket racing to town to see me. Since you're here, you might as well get more hydraulic fluid, shop towels, detailing supplies, and fresh cab to keep those rodents out. Atlantic and Audubon Egg and Auto, your only locally owned CarQuest Auto Parts stores.
Hi everyone, this is Caitlin from your Atlantic Hy-Vee. Start your day off right and let us take care of breakfast. We have so much to choose from eggs, sausage, bacon, pancakes, and so much more. We are available 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. daily. Stop in and enjoy. Have you ordered your holiday packs yet? Leave all the holiday craziness to us. Stop in or give Crystal a call today to get your pack ordered. And don't forget, we also have in our meat department, you buy a ham and get a free turkey. That's right, you buy a ham and you get a free turkey. Thank you as always for shopping your Atlantic Hy-Vee.
The perfect companion is waiting for you at the Fish Store and Pet Center in Atlantic. Pick out a furry guinea pig, hamster, or mouse. Maybe something feathered. They have an aviary full of birds to choose from. What about something scaly, like a snake, lizard, or hermit crab? And it's in their name. A wide variety of fish are available at the Fish Store and Pet Center. Get all the food and accessories you need to keep that new addition to your family happy and healthy. The Fish Store and Pet Center in Atlantic, a pet lover's paradise.
95.7.
Welcome back to Atlantic. Tom Robinson and Cody McCreedy here tonight. Atlantic and Clarinda getting set to match up on a Hawkeye 10 Conference Girl-Boy doubleheader. Our live stream powered by Nishnanad here tonight. And Atlantic right to left and Clarinda left to right. Also on our radio dial at 95.7 FM. Thanks for listening and tuning in, and thanks for watching on our live video stream powered by Nishnanad. Well, it's going to be Sage Howard jumping up against Peyton Harder to start the contest. Howard has a couple of inches on it. Harder, a 6'2". Howard is 6 foot Harder, and it's Harder that controls the tip, and Richter will run it down to the far sideline. We're underway here in Atlantic. Dribbling across the timeline is Zoe Kirchhoff, and she's picked up out top by Jersey Knight. Left side of Williams, giving it to go to Harder. Layup up. Good! Atlantic out 2-0. Great job giving it a go to Harder. And the Cardinals turn the ball away. Nice job by Richter. We've got a foul called. 7:39 to go here on the Clarinda. So Richter will step to the free throw line with the steal, and she tried the putback and a miss, but she's going to have a chance here to put Atlantic up by the score of 4-0 if she can sink them both. First one spun up and missed. Atlantic up 2-0 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. They're by your side to maximize yields from the word go. Contact John Becker, Mark Bentagger, Garrett Dinkla, and Nick Knudsen, your Pioneer Pros, and she missed them both. The rebound pulled down by Bailey Nordyke, and Nordyke will bring it across the timeline to Wagner. Jersey Knight at the top of the circle. Atlantic up 2-0. Knight pulls up, kick out top to Howard. Back to Knight to the right wing. Knight, free throw line. Cut off nicely by Williams. They'll kick it back out top to Bailey Nordyke. Giving it to go inside to Wagner. Layup good. We're tied at 2. Wagner with the bucket. And it's a 2-2 game on the Seed Pro scoreboard. And the Trojans back in the front court a minute in. Harder with the basketball to the right side. Back out top to Kirchhoff. She almost lose the ball. Now double teamed, and she's in trouble. And ricochets off of Clarinda, and then Atlantic, and the Cardinals get the ball. Cody, as we exchange buckets here early. Sage Howard with the basket for Clarinda. Atlantic bucket is Peyton Harder. A nice give and a go down the lane. In the front courts, Wagner driving baseline. Cut off by Kirchhoff. Kick out top, Howard. Howard will swing it left to Jersey Knight. Knight on the drive, pulls up the elbow up top to Nordyke. Back near side. This is Maddie Cole. Her shot good. Cole for 3. A big triple for Clarinda. The Cardinals up 5-2 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Atlantic in the front court. Pellet inside of Williams. Wanted to go back door. Now she'll put up a teardrop, and she got it. Nice job by Katrina Williams. Gets the 2 ball. It's a 5-4 Cardinal lead by 1. 6:18 to play in the first quarter of the Seed Pro scoreboard. Ball in the backcourt. Maddie Cole breaks the half-court line. Guarded by Pellet. Bounce pass to Howard, top of the circle. He'll swing it left to Wagner. Wagner off the screen, pulls up the elbow and fires off the back iron, and doesn't get the roll. And the rebound run down by Kirchhoff for Atlantic. 5:55 to go in the first quarter. Kirchhoff drives down to Williams. Layup good. What a great look by Kirchhoff.
Yeah, we're finally getting, someone else on board here. Katrina Williams has 4 points already, so, hopefully she can take some of that pressure off of Peyton and have a pretty good game tonight, it seems like.
Atlantic on a 4-0 run now, up 6-5. Cardinals in the front court. Wagner with the ball, puts it up, no good. Atlantic has the boards corralled. Harder rebound. Back out top to Zoe Kirchhoff. Bounce pass to Maddie Richter. She'll swing it right side of Pellet. Down inside of Harder. Now they goes into Williams. And a steal by the Cardinals. They had 45 steals coming in. They get one here down by 1. Here's a shot by Nordyke. Missed it short. Richter rebound. Boy, there is no one underneath. There's a pass to Williams. She'll swing, turn, shoot. Good! Atlantic on a 6-0 run. They lead 8-5. And how about Williams with 6 points? We talked about getting some more scoring.
Yeah, Katrina Williams, that was a beautiful post move there down low by her.
Shot put up by Cole, no good. Pass ahead to Williams, and a steal by Nordyke. A nice job by Bailey Nordyke of Clarinda to jump the passing route. She'll go baseline to Cole. Cole fires a deep 3. Got that one. Maddie Cole with 2 threes here for the Cardinals, and it's tied at 8-8. Atlantic puts it back up and in. The Trojans now take a 10-8 lead with 4:26 to go. here in the first quarter, as it was Kirchhoff with the bucket for Atlantic. Kirchhoff with 2, Williams with 6, and Peyton Harder with 2. We've got a timeout, and we'll take it with them. We're back in 30 seconds on 95.7 FM and live video streamed on westerniowatoday.com, powered by Nishnanet.
Outfitters Plus in Atlantic is making it easier for teams, coaches, groups, and you to host your group's orders online with their online store. Custom printed shirts, sweatshirts, all of your team apparel. Outfitters will design the graphics, post them on the web, give you the link to share with your team or group, and they can order themselves, all online. No more order forms to lose, sizes to keep track of, or money to hold on to. Let Outfitters Plus set up an online store for your team or group today. Give them a call at 243-4379. That's 243-4379. Outfitters Plus in Atlantic.
Back as we have action, the inbounds pass goes to Addison Wagner. She'll bring it across the timeline for the Trojans. On defense, driving against Peyton Harder. We've got a whistle and a foul called on Atlantic. 10-8 in favor of the Trojans on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Clarinda will have the basketball. It'll be Wagner tossing it in from along the baseline, or Jersey Knight rather, will throw it in from the baseline left side of the basket. To Wagner. She'll fire up a triple from the baseline. Missed everything. Rebound is run down by the Cardinals, but out of bounds. Atlanta gets the ball back with 4:15 to go in the first quarter and a 2-point lead, 10-8. Pretty good start to the game. Pretty clean on both sides.
Oh, yeah, it's been pretty clean. You know, the Trojans have limited the turnovers, limited the amount of possessions that Clarinda can have. So and if they keep doing that, it'll keep the game close.
Kirchhoff out top to Pellet. Now Richter, she'll fire up a 3. In and out, no good. Rebound, Pellet. The senior swoops in and gets the board. Inside to Harder. Lose the handle and picked up by Nordijk, and she'll bring it to the front court. Atlantic up by 2, 10-8 under 4 to play here this first quarter of the Seed Pros scoreboard. Driving Knight, cut up by Williams, and a travel cold on Jersey Knight, and that was Williams all the way on that defense to force that.
Oh, yeah, and, you know, Williams has had a great game so far offensively, and now she's getting the defense going. So, you know, like I said, we needed Trojans needed someone to step up, and got Katrina Williams.
Kirchhoff over to Maddie Richter, high and left. Zone defense by the Cardinals. Bounce pass baseline. Kirchhoff on the drive. Runner up, no good. Harder rebound. Her putback is good. Peyton Harder now with 4 points. And Atlantic up 12-8. They were down 6-2 early and lead 12-8 here as they've outscored the Cardinals 10-2. There's a 3 by Maddie Cole again, and they've got to get out and get her. What a start for Maddie Cole with 9 all threes, and it's a 12-11 Atlantic lead on the Seed Pro scoreboard.
That's the thing that's keeping Clarinda in this game so far in the first quarter is the 3 ball. That's 3 already.
It is, and there's a steal by the Cardinals. Also in the lineup right now is Carson Wellhausen, the 6'1 sophomore. She gets the pass in the paint. She'll just turn, shoot, miss the shot. Rebound Kirchhoff. She already has to jump. She's got a long stretch. Atlantic with the basketball. 2:40 to go first quarter. This is Richter, and she looked at the 3 and then drove and traveled with it. So the turnover by Atlantic, and the ball belongs to Clarinda.
And that turnover was just a lack of confidence. She has not been able to hit that 3 ball. So, you know, with the traveling, it was a lack of confidence. She's not feeling comfortable with her 3 shot, and it led to the turnover.
She needs to keep shooting that triple, though, Cody.
Oh, yeah. Once she gets going, I know she'll do a lot better. But it's just players have rough stretches, and she's in one of those slumps. So she just needs to see one fall and get the confidence rolling.
Turnover by Clarinda at the baseline. Atlanta gets the ball back. McKenna Schrader now in it. She throws it away. Steal by Wagner. Coast-to-coast lay-in is good. And the Cardinals take a 13-12 lead. Wagner with the double on the steal and the layup. Atlantic in the front court with 2:30 to play first quarter. 13-12 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Cardinals Harder high post. Dumps low to Williams. Her shot up no good, but she's fouled by Wagner. There's a mismatch underneath, and Williams took advantage of it, and Wagner with the foul. That'll put Williams on the line for a pair.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Williams had the mismatch down low, and props on Harder for seeing that mismatch.
So Williams at the free throw line for Atlantic. Katrina Williams started all 4 games. The Trojans makes the free throw, or missed the free throw, rather. Made the free throw. I had my head down looking at the book here, and Williams now with 7 points. And the second free throw is no good off the back iron. And now we've got a jump ball called. So it's 13-13. And Katrina Williams coming in with 7 of 11 from the free throw line, about a 63% free throw shooter, and now 8 of 12. Cardinals have the ball. They'll bring it across the far sideline. Cole with 3 threes, 9 points, kind of carried this Cardinal offense. They'll bring the ball to the near sideline to Kylie Meyer. She's off the bench and fires a triple. Missed the shot. Harder rebound. And Peyton to the front court. We're tied at 13 here with 2:07 to play in the first quarter. Kirchhoff, Harder, travel, Atlantic. Another turnover. So the ball goes back to the Cardinals. Lila Wiederstein will come in for Pellet. So Atlantic has Wiederstein in the lineup, as well as McKenna Schrader, Zoe Kirchhoff, Harder, and Williams. And Harder with 4 and Williams with 7 points for Atlantic. Pass ahead. Jersey Knight will run the point guard for Clarinda. Looks for a screen. Meyer will go left wing. Knight dribbles left side of the key. Now back out top. No one home. Kirchhoff steal. Kirchhoff will score in Atlantic up 15-13. And Kirchhoff with 4 points. Cody, we talked about that a little bit, getting more players on the offense, and we're seeing that for Atlantic here.
Yeah, we're seeing it, and the Trojans finally, it's spread out with the scoring. So Clarinda has to respect all 5 players on the court instead of just Harder, and that's leading to open looks and open buckets for the Trojans.
And we get a jump ball at the other end after scramble. And so we've got Kirchhoff with 4, Williams with 7 to lead the Trojans, and Peyton Harder with 4. Cardinals have 3 players that have scored. Maddie Cole has led the way with 3 threes here. It's 15-13 Atlantic, and the ball with 1:15 to go the first quarter. Left side, inside Williams, turn shoot off the glass, no good. And the rebound comes off to Sage Howard. And we've got another jump ball here. And it'll be, I believe, Clarinda's basketball with 1:07 to play first quarter. Atlantic up by a pair, 15-13 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. And the basketball in the hands of Maddie Cole. She has 3 from the arc here in the first quarter, out top tonight, and that's over and back. And that was the Trojan defense, credit Atlantic's defense for that, Cody. They got that trap and that pressure defense on the right side to force the turnover.
Yeah, and Clarinda is throwing it that close to the half-court line. That is an unexcused error right there. You got to know better as a player not to throw it anywhere close to that half-court line. So just a mistake, and they'll learn from it.
Lanny gets the ball back. Lila Wiederstein with the basketball. Bounce pass high post to Harder. Harder swings it right side to Schrader. Schrader looks to throw it. A minute to go now in the quarter. Drives into Harder. Ball is knocked around, and it is Meyer comes up with it. And a steal by Schrader for Atlantic. A scramble. Schrader gets rid of it, and it's picked off by Meyer. And the Cardinals had the ball for a moment, then it's swatted out of bounds by the Trojans, so a scramble for it. And the Clarinda ends up with it with 38 seconds on the clock. Here in this first quarter, the Seed Pro scoreboard, Atlantic up 15-13. Jersey Knight will throw it in for the Trojans. Looks for Fleischer, finds Howard at the high post. Back out top to Knight. Knight guarded by Schrader at the top of the circle. Angles right off the screen, dribbles inside the seam, layup up, and it's no good, but a great move by Jersey Knight. Didn't get to finish it, missed the shot, but what a great job to find the seam. Atlantic with the basketball with 20 seconds on the clock. 18 on the shot clock, same as the game clock. We're down to 14. McKenna Schrader, bounce pass out top to Kirchhoff at 11. Atlantic up by 2. Kirchhoff bounce pass out to Schrader at 7. Drives inside at 6. Passes left wing Williams at 4. Back to Kirchhoff at 3. Puts up a shot at 2. Missed the shot. Rebound Harder. The put back is no good. We got a foul called on Clarinda. We got a foul called on Jersey Knight of the Cardinals as time ran out here in the first quarter. Atlantic up 15-13. And the free throws coming to Harder as the lanes will clear. Time ran out. And Peyton Harder will shoot free throws.
Yeah, I know Clarinda's coach didn't really like the call, but it was a good call. She was whacked right before the buzzer hit.
Free throw by Harder is errant. Still a 2-point lead for Atlantic, 15-13. Second free throw is good. First quarter comes to an end. Atlantic up 16-13 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. We're back in a minute on our live video stream powered by Nishnet to WesternIowaToday.com and on the radio at 95.7 FM.
Olson's BP in Atlantic is the keep you going store, and they'll keep you going all day long with breakfast selections like breakfast burritos, breakfast sandwiches, and breakfast staples like biscuits and gravy. For lunch, what better place to stop than Olson's BP? With burgers, Champ's chicken sandwiches, and Godfather's personal pizzas, you're sure to be refueled for that afternoon grind. And after a long day of work, let Olson's BP do the cooking for you. Hot and fresh Champ's chicken with all the sides and every kind of pizza topping you can think of on your Godfather's pizza. It's Olson's BP on 2nd Street in Atlantic, the Keep You Going store.
Colton, with you more involved with farming, what have you observed?
Farmers don't just work harder, they farm smarter.
We've definitely seen that with the Enlist weed control system.
Oh yeah, application is dictated by the grow stage, not a set date on the calendar, and you can take mix with liberty.
Plus, you have a post program that you don't have to worry about drifting into neighboring fields.
Nailed it. To learn more, contact the Seed Pros.
The Seed Pros, with you from the word go.
The Seed Pros, Mark Bantecker, Gary Dinklet, Nick Knutson, and John Becker.
7 and live streamed at WesternIowaToday.com.
Welcome back to Atlantic as the Trojans with a 3-point lead, 16-13. For Atlantic, Katrina Williams with 7, Peyton Harder with 5, and Zoe Kirchhoff with 4. Maddie Cole leads Clarinda with 9 points off the eye of the arc. Sage Howard 2 and Addison Wagner a pair. Atlantic has the basketball to start the second quarter with a 3-point lead. Our score brought to you by the Seed Pros. They're by your side to maximize yields from over go. Contact John Becker, Mark Bentiger, and Gary Dinkler. Nick Knutson for all your Pioneer seed needs. And Clarinda comes out in a zone defense. They go high post to Wiederstein, down low to Harder. Atlantic turns it over. Sage Howard, the 6-footer, gets the ball. They'll kick it out top to Nordyke. So bring it across the half-court line. Hands it off to Meyer. Meyer dribbles right wing. Cut off nicely down low by Schrader. Howard, left side pass to Ellie Cole now in the game. And now a steal by Zoe Kirchhoff. And then Nordyke gets it back. Ran into the official. And we've got a jump ball called. That ball would have rolled out, but it hit the official's leg. But it is not the official's fault. That's just the way it goes.
Yeah, that's just the way it goes. And the official's still in bounds, so you got to keep playing even if the ball is on the official's feet.
Great point. If he would have been out of bounds, obviously would have been a turnover. It is Wagner with it out top. Double dribble. Cardinals turn it over here early second quarter. Atlantic up 16-13. Trojans were down early 6-2. And then they went on a run. They outscored the Cardinals 10-2 in that first quarter to get the lead and kind of the advantage, that little bit of an edge here in the ball game. They have the ball in the front court. Backdoor Harder, layup up, and it is no good, but a foul called on Clarinda. And that's number 1 here in the second quarter. Remember that foul issue different this year. You get 5 per quarter per team. At the 5th foul, it's a 2-shot automatic. There's no more 1-and-1. Which might take a little excitement out late in the ball game, Cody.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how you feel about that.
I don't know how I feel about it. I'm still trying to get used to, the quarters reset, the fouls resetting every quarter.
So 17-13, Harder makes the first one, and she sinks the second one as well. And Peyton Harder now with 7 points. Atlantic up by 5, 18-13. Cardinals in front. Left wing to Cole for 3, short this time, and Maddie Richter snags it for Atlantic. Under 7 to play, second quarter of the Seed Pros scoreboard, 18-13 Atlantic. Pellet dumps it low. Howard tips it away at that low block. She's 6'2" and had that reach right around Harder and slapped it away. And now the Cardinals turn it over, and Peyton Harder gets the steal on the errant pass. Harder across the timeline to Pellet. She'll pull up at the elbow, swings it right to Schrader. Skip pass left side to Richter. She'll pop the 3, no good. And the rebound comes off to Nordyke for Clarinda. She'll pass ahead of Meyer. Meyer high and left at 6:24 to play second quarter. Meyer giving it a go. Nordyke pulls up, shoots a runner, no good. Rebound Schrader, then a foul called on Nordyke. So that's 2 on Clarinda here in the second quarter. 6:17 left to go. 18-13 the score. And checking in is Lily Merrill, a 5'5" senior. Atlantic by 5 as Kirchhoff Out now, Schrader run that point down low to Wiederstein. Layup is good. Good look by Schrader. And Wiederstein will finish for Atlantic. And the Trojans now up 20-13. Wagner, front court. Drives down low and a whistle, a foul called on Peyton Harder. Official calling it pretty tight here early. That's just the first foul on Atlantic here in the second quarter. First foul on Harder. Nobody in danger. Atlantic up by 7, 20-13. Pass inbounds to Wagner. She'll pop the three. No good. Rebound comes off to Schrader for Atlantic. Well, the Trojans, one thing I've noticed, Cody McCreedy, is Atlantic has allowed the Cardinals just one shot.
Oh, yeah. You know, they're getting the defensive rebound. They're also getting a bunch of offensive rebounds. The Trojans are completely controlling the glass tonight, and that's just testament to the effort that they're putting in to their defense.
Clarinda with the ball in the front court, knocked out of bounds. When you look back at the rebounds, Atlantic had 126 rebounds coming in the contest in 4 games. That's over 30 rebounds a game. That's a pretty good clip for Atlantic. Inbounds to Wagner off the baseline, driving. She'll go all the way across. 20-13, Atlantic by 7. Cardinals with the ball. 3 shot by Wagner, no good. Then Richter has it poked out as she tried to save it by Lily Merrill. Atlantic will have the ball. Williams comes back in, and Harder will get a break. And Williams had a really good first quarter. She doesn't really look to score, but when she started to sink those little teardrop shots on that low block, she's suddenly got some confidence there.
Oh, yeah, once she gets the confidence going, I mean, it's great. It's a great 1-2 punch with her and Harder. And it's
Richter for 3, missed the shot, and Howard gets the rebound. Howard at 6 foot, 2 inches tall. Cardinals the front court with Meyer. 5 minutes left, second quarter of the Seed Pros scoreboard. Meyer drives, cut off by Richter. Shot no. Rebound Claire Pellet for Atlantic and the Trojans with the basketball. And a 7-point lead. Pellet, right side of Richter. We got a travel called on Claire Pellet. 4:47 to go, first half. Schrader out. Kirchhoff in for Atlantic. Halftime is show brought to you by Olson's BP and Olson Fuel. We'll talk to Coach Cody McCreedy at halftime about the swim meet at Boone on Saturday. Here come the Trojans on defense again. Wiederstein guarding Maddie Cole. She'll fire a 3. Good! Boy, Cole not afraid to put it up, and she has 4 threes. And we've got a timeout call with 4:33 to go in the first half. Atlantic up 20-16 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. We're back in a minute. We're live video streamed at westerniowatoday.com, powered by Nishnanet. Back right after these.
Get to the Super Bowl for Globe Bowling on Friday and Saturday nights. Perfect for birthdays, reunions, family and friend get-togethers, and date nights. They even have bumpers and ramps for the little ones. Globe Bowling, all the glow-in-the-dark fun you love. Plus, the friendly competition of bowling makes for a great night. Call Dan to schedule your next party at 243-4656. Globe Bowling on Friday and Saturday nights at the Super Bowl. Highway 71 in Atlantic.
Gas prices got you down? Need a ride to work or the grocery store? There's public transportation for everyone in Southwest Iowa. SWITA offers taxi service in Atlantic, Glenwood, Harlan, Missouri Valley, Red Oak, and Shenandoah. $2.50 each way or $2 for seniors 60 years and older. Just call 1-800-842-8065 or visit swita.com to schedule your ride.
Trust member FDIC.
Now, back to Atlantic Trojan basketball on KS 95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
Atlantic with the ball in the front court after timeout. Kirchhoff out top to Richter. She'll look right side to Pellet, overshot her. Boy, Atlantic coach Vargason wants to cut back on those turnovers, and Trojans have had their share in the first half, but they lead at 20-16, and rebounding has been their forte, and they've also forced some turnovers as well.
Yeah, the Trojans probably, you can take that one, but the Trojans would probably be up by more if they would just cut down on those rebounds, and you see Kirchhoff with the
turnover, the turnover, steal, and a bucket. So Atlantic, we just mentioned, forcing turnovers of their own. Atlantic up 22-16. And the ball turnover again by the Cardinals, ahead to Pellet. And we've got a travel called on Atlantic. So there you go. 22-16 is the score. The Atlantic with that 6-point lead of the Seed Pro scoreboard. I'll tell you, Cody, what's kept the Cardinals in the game, though, offensively is Maddie Cole, just 4 threes. And I'm not keeping a shot count on her, but she's only missed 2 or 3 and made 4.
Yeah, she's got the hot hand, and she's the one that's keeping Clarinda in this game so far. Really, they got to get that offense going with someone else, and you can't really rely on that 3 ball. But it's kind of nice that it keeps going in.
Myers 3, no good. For Clarinda, rebound, Claire Pellet for Atlantic. So Cardinals not afraid to put up the 3. And it's been Cole with 4 of them. Atlantic in the front court. Wiederstein, skip pass out top to Pellet. The senior drives in, dumps it low to Williams, turns, shoots, good! How about Katrina Williams tonight?
Oh, yeah, she's got a great post move, and the confidence is there finally. So we'll see just how many points she can score tonight, because she is on a roll.
Well, right now, Katrina Williams with 9 points here in this first half. And we've got a timeout called by Coach V for Atlantic with 3:13 to go second quarter. Atlantic up 24-16. We'll take a 30-second break. We're back right after this.
Are you ready to be part of something bigger? I'm Myron Stein, president of Stein Seed Company. We're seeking exceptional individuals like you to join our team as independent sales representatives. If you're passionate about agriculture, ready to make a difference, and want unlimited earning potential, join the Stein team as an ISR. To learn more about open positions near you, contact your local Stein RSA, Darren Petty, at area code 712-249-5884.
Now, back to Atlantic Trojan basketball on KS 95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
Cardinals with the basketball. They'll bring it across the timeline with Wagner. Baseline Meyer. Meyer back out top. 3 minutes left here in the first half. Atlantic up 24-16 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Cole, Meyer, they really come out on Cole now. Wiederstein, they're running it. Trojans running that 1-2-2 zone. There's a 3 by Wagner. She knocks it down. Addison Wagner has 5 and a 3 ball. That's 5 threes for Clarinda. 24-19. Atlantic by 5 on the Seed Pros. 2:39 to play second quarter. Wiederstein. Kirchhoff, and we've got a whistle and a foul called on the Cardinals. A push foul. That's number 3 on Clarinda with 2:35 to play second quarter. The 3 ball has been huge. 5 threes, 15 of the 19 points have been from beyond the arc.
And that's exactly what's keeping them in this game. The 3 ball, they're hitting the threes, and they got to be well over 50% from the 3-point line.
Here's a 3 by Wiederstein off the back iron. Rebound Harder for Atlantic, down low to Pellet, layup good. What a nice feed by Harder. He just snuck that into Pellet down the little block, and Pellet put it in.
And that's something, she'll get the assist, but at the end of the day, that was more than an assist. That was just an effort play that got her that basket.
Right in the front court. Meyer top of the circle. 2:10 left second quarter. Left side of Cole for 3. The lefty missed the shot. Rebound Harder. She'll take it. 1-on-2 break. She's going to go all to the rim, and she might have double dribbled. That's the case. Double dribbled on Harder down the right lane. Otherwise, she would have had a bucket. 2:01 to play here in this second quarter. Atlantic has owned the boards. Nordyke. And here is Meyer. Across the timeline. Out top to Cole. Back to Meyer. Top of the circle. Atlantic bench thought maybe she might have carried the ball. Meyer swings it left. A new player in there. Elena Hess. Howard out top. Meyer on the drive. Boy, Clarinda's got some depth. Driving Cole. Runner from 15. Missed the shot. Rebound comes off to Kirchhoff. Boy, Zoe Kirchhoff does a nice job of rebounding, too. She's kind of always around the ball. Not very tall, but she's there. Here's Pellet high and right. 1:25 to go here this first quarter. Wiederstein runs it down on the near sideline. Now gets rid of it back out top to Pellet. Atlantic up 26-19 of the Seed Pro scoreboard. Pellet has it stolen away. Gets it back. Gets rid of it. Stolen away again by Cole. Cole goes coast to coast on Williams. Layer up, no good. And the rebound, Wiederstein with a nice trail. And a foul called on the Cardinals. Lily Merrill. So Atlantic with a nice hustle play. Wiederstein got down in the trail and was able to gather the ball. Good play by Wiederstein. She'll come out. And Richter comes in. Pellet comes out. And checking in is Schrader for Atlantic. 1:02 to go, second quarter. Atlantic up by 7, 26-19 in the Seed Pros scoreboard. They go left side to Richter. Skip pass back out top to Schrader. She'll go between the rings. 54 seconds left first half. Skip pass left Richter. She'll fire up the three. No good. And it goes out of bounds. She's going to hit one of those, Cody. One of these days, she's going to hit that. And then she's going to go in a flurry, right?
I sure hope so. You can see right after she let go of that three, her head was down. She knows she's in a slump, and she just needs one to fall here.
And Richter almost a steal there. And a double dribble. Merrill heading the other way, and she's called for the double dribble. So Atlantic will have the basketball with 44 seconds on the clock here on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Across the timeline to Richter, high and left. Atlantic up 26-19 to Kirchhoff on the drive. Pulls up elbow, left side. Richter, she'll fire up the three. No good. And the rebound is going to come off to Clarinda. The foul called on Harder, I believe, over the back. We'll check that. Wiederstein comes in. That'll be Harder's second foul if that's the case. And she's going to come out. Peyton McLaren will check in for Atlantic for Richter. With 30 seconds on the clock, 26-19, Atlantic by 7.
Yeah, with 30 seconds left, it's best just to take Peyton Harder out of the game and go into halftime, without having that risk of her picking up her third.
Fire to the front court. Back out top to Jersey Knight, who set quite a bit here in the second quarter. 21 seconds on the clock in the second stanza. Jersey Knight, top of the circle between the rings for the Cardinals. She's going to let the clock run down. We're at 12 seconds on the game clock, 9-8. Knight drives left side at 7. And the ball is loose at 6. And out of bounds at 4. And it'll be Cardinals ball, last touch by the home team. So Clarinda inbounds the far sideline with 4 seconds on the clock, down by 7. 26-19, the Seed Pros scoreboard. Knight will trigger. Out top to Wagner at 3. Drives at 2. Puts a shot up at 1. Makes the shot. What a drive by Wagner. And that was a big bucket. She has 7 points for Clarinda. And she makes it a 26-21 score here at the halftime break. Our halftime is brought to you by Olson's BP and Olson's Fuel, and your home for the great Godfather's Pizza. We're back right after this for halftime scoring and a visit with head boys swimming coach Cody McCreedy.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business, from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
Now, back to Atlantic Trojan basketball on KS 95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
Yeah, welcome back. Halftime here in Atlantic, and the Trojans are leading by the score of 26-21. Wagner getting that bucket at the end of the first half there. Nice job by Wagner. And the Trojans outscored the Cardinals 16-13 and 10-8 here in the first 2 quarters. And they have a 5-point lead on our Seed Pros scoreboard. Seed Pros by your side to maximize yields from the go. Contact Darren Petty and Nick Knutson. Mark Ventiger. And then Ezekiel look at, look at the scoring here. Again, the Seed Pros scoreboard, 26-21. John Becker, Mark Ventiger, Gary Dankman, Nick Knutson, your Pioneer Pros. Atlantic has done a great job offensively on the rebounds and defensively. The only problem, they've get up that 3-ball, Cody, here in the first half, and that's what kept Clarinda close for Atlantic. They lead with 26-21. The scoring looks like this. Zoe Kirchhoff was 6, Claire Pellet 2, Katrina Williams with 9 points, Lila Winterstein with 2, and Peyton Harder had 2 field goals. She has 7 points, 3 for 4 for the free throw line for Atlantic. And then you look at Clarinda's scoring, and they've got Addison Wagner with 7 points. She has a 3-ball. And Sage Howard with a pair. and Maddie Cole with 12. Cole's points all coming from beyond the arc. She leads all scorers with 12 points. So we'll see what kind of adjustment Coach Vargas makes here at halftime to try to take away that long ball.
Oh, yeah, and that's the thing is, are the Trojans going to move out toward the three-point line and give Peyton Harder the freedom to work down low on Clarinda's big girl, or are we going to continue with the zone and just face the fact that they are going to hit a three every once in a while and continue to clog up the lane so we can get those rebounds?
Halftime score 26. Atlantic and Clarinda with the 21. Wagner with that shot there at the buzzer, and a well-executed play there late in the game. Well, let's take a quick timeout. We'll go back to our halftime sponsor. That's Olson BP and Olson Fuel, your home for Godfather's Pizza. Then we're going to visit with Coach McCreedy right after this.
December is Olson's BP in Atlantic is the keep you going store, and they'll keep you going all day long with breakfast selections like breakfast burritos, breakfast sandwiches, and breakfast staples like biscuits and gravy. For lunch, what better place to stop than Olson's BP? With burgers, Champ's chicken sandwiches, and Godfather's personal pizzas, you're sure to be refueled for that afternoon grind. And after a long day of work, let Olson's BP do the cooking for you. Hot and fresh Champ's chicken with all the sides and every kind of pizza topping you can think of on your Godfather's Pizza.
Here in halftime of the Atlantic Clarinda girls game, 26-21 Atlantic with a 5-point lead. Well, let's go back to Saturday. Coach McCready, you went up to Boone, your first taste of competition, and you had some pretty impressive performances there. Talk about your thoughts on the team and how they did.
I think they did amazing. For it being their first meet of the year, we were coming into facing some teams that are double our size, triple our size, that have already had a meet or two under their belt. And these boys came in and they, in my opinion, exceeded expectations. A lot of these guys are at the point where they finished off last year, and that is, as a coach, really assuring that everything from here on will be just better times, and the effort level these boys are putting in is just off the charts. The two boys that swam the 50 free on Saturday, Alexander Liss and Keaton Reetkin, both swam it in 23s, and that is exactly where we need to be. Our 200 free relay is at a 137. The cutoff last year for state, the 24th best team, got a 132. So we are easily within striking distance, and it's really exciting to see these boys and their hard work pay off at these meets, because we beat points-wise, we beat Fort Dodge and we beat Williamsburg, and both of those teams are double our size. And we went in there and we beat them, single-handedly. And it's really reassuring that seeing these boys perform at such a high level when I'm sitting back at practice watching all this hard work, and their hard work is finally paying off.
Cody, as far as I think one of your relay, you mentioned they might be in the top 10 in the state, did you say? Yeah,
they're, right now, if you look at Varsity Bound, their 200 free relay is in the top 10, and that is just according to the times that have been put in. I know there are a bunch of swim meets that are going on tonight, and some coaches haven't put their stats in, but looking at it right now, it's kind of cool to see that these boys are toward the top of their relay. We only have 11 kids out, and our 4 best are within the top 10 as of right now with their 200 free relay.
Good to Atlantic head swimming coach Cody McCreedy here at halftime, brought to you by Olson's BP and Olson's Fuel, your home for the great Godfather's Pizza. We'll talk more boys swimming right after this on 95.7 FM and our live video stream, westernoiratoday.com, powered by Nishnanet.
Whether you have a
Rolling Hills Bank and Trust.
Here at Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, we're dedicated to agriculture. That's why we offer various services that fit your growing ag needs. All our decisions are made locally by experienced lenders that truly understand the unique challenges of your operation. We're large enough to handle all your lending needs, yet small enough not to lose that personal touch. Our dedicated loan officers want to work with you to help your operation grow and thrive. Feel free to stop in and talk about how we can help your business succeed. Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
It's time for Atlantic Trojan basketball. Here's Tom Robinson alongside Cody McCreedy on KS 95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
Welcome back to Atlantic. Tom Robinson and Cody McCreedy. So what's coming up next for the Trojan swimmers here?
So we have 3 meets back to back to back. Then this next coming week, we have one in Marshalltown on Saturday, the Bobcat Invite, which is another relay meet. And then we finally we're going to hit a really, really tough meet in Southeast Polk with the Larry White Invitational. That is going to be a 9-team swim meet, and we're going to see Waukee, we're going to see Southeast Polk, we're going to see a lot of state champions in that meet, and the boys are very excited just to see these good swimmers. And a lot of them were like, oh, I cannot wait to swim against these state champions. They're like, oh, we might lose to them, but it's just an honor to swim against them. And then we have a duel against Carroll to finish off the week. It was supposed to be a triangular, but unfortunately Boone had to pull out due to other commitments. So it'll just be a duel between us and Carroll. And Carroll is a very, very solid team this year. Up in Boone, they ended up winning that meet. And watching them, they are very, very impressive. You're going to see a lot of Carroll swimmers at the state meet this year, and they can make a lot of noise this year. That's a very talented team, and it's going to be good to go up, and we're going to swim against them quite a bit this year. And that's a testament just to how good of a coach they have up there in Carroll.
Coach, as far as your 500-yarders here, you had to convince a couple of them to do it. Now, they did it at Boone, and you've got them convinced now? What's your thoughts there?
Maybe. I know one of them is on the fence. He got out of the pool, and he told me, he's like, I could have swam that faster. And I was like, really? I mean, his last 50 was one of his fastest, and I knew he had more energy left. And he's like, I was just saving it because I thought I was going to get more tired. So I'm like, I expect him to get a better time, hopefully get a better time. But he's committed to swimming that now, so he wants to do it.
Well, thank you very much. Best of luck the rest of the way. We'll talk on Saturday, by the way.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Tom. Thank you.
Well, we're getting set for the second half, and we'll take a timeout, just a 30-second timeout. We'll get ready for the second half.
At 2nd Street Auto, it's our mission to get you back on the road fast. And it all starts with free local towing. Want your back at the shop? We talk you through your car repair with a free and fair estimate. We do everything in-house so you know who's working on your car. Our Hercules tires come with free road hazard repair, free rotation for the life of the tires, and a free alignment check. And nobody can beat our transmission rebuild and repair experts. Brakes, tune-ups, oil changes, preventative maintenance, and service work make 2nd Street your first stop.
Now, back to Atlantic Trojan basketball on KS 95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
Welcome back as we get started second half. Florida head coach Jake Lord, Atlantic head coach Dan Vargason. Coach Lord taking over for, I think, his first year here as the head coach. Also the athletic director at Clarinda. And so the ball belongs to Atlantic, inbounds to Richter. Richter will hold the ball between the rings, leave it off the point guard, Kirchhoff. We had a pretty good first half for Atlantic. Kirchhoff bounce pass out top to Pellet. Just underway third quarter. Atlantic up 26-21 on the Steve Pro scoreboard. Richter drives, layup no good. And the rebound pulled down by Williams. Her putback is missed. Harder with the board. She gets it off the glass and in. What a job by Harder and Atlantic on those offensive boards.
Yeah, getting those second chance points is huge for a game like this, and that is exactly what Atlantic's been doing throughout the game. It is not just this one-time opportunity. It has been a game-wide thing that they have gotten a bunch of second chance points.
28-20, Atlantic by 7 on the Steve Pro scoreboard. And Richter knocks the ball loose. Kirchhoff gets it. She'll go down the left side of the key. Back out to Richter. Richter driving in. Runner up, no good. Rebound poke long to Pellet. The senior runs it down, then she traveled with it. And the turnover goes back to Clarinda.
Yeah, she tucked that thing like a running back.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to watch Pellet play. She's so aggressive, and she's having fun out there. She dual sported. She was a football cheerleader and ran cross country and had a great finish at the state meet. Clarinda with it, and Wagner drives baseline, missed the shot, and hey, who got the rebound? Claire Pellet. She came to play in this third quarter.
Oh, yes, she did.
You got to love her competitiveness, and she's a great kid as well. There's Pellet inside to Harder, back out top to Kirchhoff. Left side to Richter. She'll fire a three. God, there you go. Yeah. We've been waiting for that, Cody McCreedy.
Yeah, hopefully this is the start of something great.
Atlantic up by 10, 31-21. Driving is Cole, and Cole gets the 2. I was thinking 3 because she has 4 of them, and she has 14. 31-23, Atlantic by 8 of the Seed Pro scoreboard. Richter now finds a seam, slithers in, and then she loses the handle out of bounds. It'll be Cardinals ball. Well, Maddie, you got to keep shooting it. You know she can hit it. And she knocked down a big 3 for the Trojans. That's their first 3 ball of the night. And for the Cardinals, they had 5 of them in the first, 4 in the first half, 1 in the third quarter. Here's it, Cardinals with the ball. They go baseline to Jersey Knight. Beyond the arc, right side. Chased by Pella. Now Knight drives inside and she loses the ball. Williams steal ahead to Peyton Harder. She'll drive down the right side. Layup no good. A bump by Howard on Harder. And Peyton to the free throw line to shoot 2 with 5:50 to go here in this third quarter. Score brought to the Seed Pros. So Peyton Harder will shoot. Now free throws for Atlantic. Harder with 9 points, make it 10 with that free throw. And she is 4 for 5 from the free throw line here. She was a 64% free throw shooter coming into the game, and she made them both. Harder knocks them both out. Atlantic back up by double digits, 33-23 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. The Cardinals with the ball. Jersey Knight brings it across the timeline on the left wing. Knight pulls up, lobs low. This is Nordike for 2, can't get it. Pellet there again. Nice job by Claire Pellet. Able to get the block and the rebound out to Kirchhoff. Goes baseline and steal by Knight. Kirchhoff forces the jump. It'll be Clarinda's basketball.
Yeah, Tom, I got to go back to Claire Pellet. And when we have morning practices at 6 a.m., I always, one of the first people I walk in with is Claire Pellet. Every day I ask her, hey, you want to join the boys swim team? So, what's she trying to recruit?
She's working out at 6 a.m. Carlos driving with Wagner, missed it harder, swoops in for the rebound for the Trojans. Atlantic up 33-23 with 5:17 to play here in this third quarter of the Seed Pros scoreboard. They go high post to Williams. Bounce pass to Pellet, long 2. It is good. Pellet gets the bucket. She has 4 points. She's played tremendous defense and gets some offense. 4:56 to go here in this third quarter. Driving Jersey Knight, and she's going to be fouled on the floor. So it'll be tremendous basketball. Well, Claire Pellet having a night. Atlantic really much improved from Friday night, even a week ago tonight. They're more fluid, still a few turnovers, but offensively they look a lot better.
Oh, yeah, they look a lot more complete than they did last Friday night.
Paige Howard, the big 6-footer with it, back right side of Wagner. 4:46 to go. Top of the circle, Howard. Wagner. Nordike. Cole for 3, missed it. Richter with a great block out, gets the board, and she is fouled on the play. So Pellet will throw it in for Atlantic along that baseline. 4:32 left, third quarter. Atlantic at 35-23 of the Seed Pros scoreboard. There, Pellet will fire it into Peyton Harder. Pressure taken off of Harder tonight, somewhat of the scoring with the Atlantic with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players scoring. Richter driving, and she runs into a brick wall. And they're going to call, they're calling a block on the Cardinals. So the ball belongs to Atlantic. Claire Pellet will throw it in. The blocking foul called on the Cardinals. Pellet will throw it in from the baseline. Gets it in. A Carter layup is no good. Harder rebound, put back is missed. And the rebound comes off to Jersey Knight. She'll bring it to the front court. On the drive, shot block, Harder rebound. Boy, Atlantic, they look good tonight. 4:09 to go in the third quarter. Kirchhoff gets it across the timeline, and we've got a timeout called. Coach Farguson trying to get the timeout.
I don't think he got it.
His ball.
No, he didn't get it, and he looks very frustrated about not getting that timeout call.
So inbounds pass to Wagner. Cardinals down by 12. Under 4 to go here in this third quarter in the Seed Pro scoreboard. Basketball right side of Wagner. Wagner on the drive, lose the handle, and a foul called, I believe, on Atlantic. That's going to be number 2 on the Trojans, 3 on Clarinda. So coach was trying to get a timeout. Here's the inbounds baseline by Jersey Knight. Gets it out top. Cardinals with it. Bounce pass low to Howard. Layup up. It's no good. Howard rebound. The 6-footer turns and a shot blocked. And a foul called on Williams. That's 3 on Atlantic now in the third quarter. 3:41 to go in the third. Atlantic up 35-23 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Trojans have got a 3-ball from Richter in this stanza. Atlantic with 7. 9 points. Cardinals with just 2. And the free throw by Howard is missed. (35-23), a 12-point lead for Atlantic on the Seed Pro scoreboard. 3:41 to go. Third quarter, Howard's free throw is good. She rattled that home. 35-24. Sage Howard with 3 points. Atlantic in the front court with Schrader. Schrader high left of the drive. Teardrop good. A great runner by Schrader.
That was a beautiful floater there. I mean, you can't really word it any better than that was just perfection.
And a great way to answer, too. 3:19 to go, third quarter, 37-24. Bounce pass, Nordijk at top of the circle. Angles over to Jersey Knight. She'll fire a 3-ball, no good. Rebound, Schrader, Atlantic. And the Trojans up by 13, their largest lead, with 3 minutes left, third quarter. Lila Widerstein Williams, she'll put one up, no good. Rebound, Harder. She takes it back. She traveled with it. She looked for someone to throw to. Atlantic has 7 players that have scored. Schrader scored. Kirchhoff has scored. Pellet, Katrina Williams, Maddie Richter, Lila Widerstein, and Harder have all scored for Atlantic. Clarinda with 3 scores here in the ball game. Clarinda had the ball in the front court, poked out by the Trojans. 2:49 to go, third quarter. And a 37-24 Atlantic lead, and we've got a timeout called, a 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them. Back in a half a minute on 95.7 FM, a live video streamed on westernourtoday.com. It is powered by Dish to Net.
This segment of Did You Know by Amy Jo is about hydraulic hoses. Well, guess what? They break. And at the worst times possible, too. Atlantic Egg and Auto can build you a new hydraulic hose most of the time faster than it takes you to even get to town. Now, don't begin a ticket racing to town to see me. Since you're here, you might as well get more hydraulic fluid, shop towels, detailing supplies, and fresh cab to keep those rodents out. Atlantic and Audubon Egg and Auto, your only locally owned CarQuest Auto Parts stores.
To Atlantic and Tom Robinson alongside Cody McCreedy. 2:49 to play third quarter. A 13-point lead for Atlantic. 37-24 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Cardinals been held to just 3 points in this third quarter. And Atlantic with 6-9-11. Cardinals with the ball with 2:42 to go, third. Atlantic in that 2-1-2 zone now to try to cut off those threes. They've done a good job of that. Knight, baseline. Maddie Cole back tonight, top of the circle. And she angles right, and a foul called on McKenna Schrader. That's 4 in Atlantic here in this third quarter. Trojans playing much more aggressive defense. You got to have a foul or two, right, Cody? I mean, if you don't get any fouls, you're maybe not playing aggressive, right?
You can't take them home, so why not use them?
High post to Howard, baseline. Meyer for 3, missed it short. Rebound comes off to Kirchhoff, and she traveled with it. And she got the board for Atlantic. Again, Atlantic with a lot of rebounds here in the ball game. So Jersey Knight will toss it in for Clarinda, left side of the basket. Looks out top and finds Sage Howard, the 6'2 post. Back inside to Knight. Turn, shoot, no good. Rebound to Kirchhoff. Boy, you take away those threes, and Clarinda's really been cold here from the field. Driving Kirchhoff, and we've got a whistle, a carry called on Kirchhoff. So another turnover. Atlantic with 2:10 left, third quarter. 37-24 Atlantic lead, a 13-point lead of the Steve Pros scoreboard.
Yeah, and Clarinda's offense just looks out of sort now that the three balls aren't falling. You know, Atlantic is making them go down low and play with them, and Clarinda just has not been able to do that.
Wagner for three, and she got that. Oh, it's going to be a two-shot, Cody. She had her foot on the line, but that was a deep three by Wagner. That was a big one for them. 37-26, Atlantic's lead cut to 11 on the Steve Pros scoreboard. Atlantic running that 2-1-2 zone, and Wagner got open and fired it in. Kirchhoff out to Harder. She'll fire a three from the top. God! Peyton Harder with a triple for Atlantic, and that's how you answer right there. 40-36 Atlantic by 14, and a steal by Kirchhoff. Atlantic gets the ball back. Their largest lead now 14. The ball loose. Picked up by Meyer. She'll go the distance, and her shot no good, but a foul called on Wiederstein, and that'll be 5 on Atlantic. And a shooting foul coming up for Meyer, Kylie Meyer, a 5'4" sophomore. Atlantic up 40-26, their largest lead of the basketball game here in this third quarter. And the free throw from Meyer coming up, 1:25 to go in the third quarter. Free throw up, and it is no good.
You know, if Clarinda is going to get back in this game, they gotta make those free throws. This is, you know, offense is out of sort, and they have 2 free points on the table, and right now they can only get one of them.
Well, they got to get Cole loose too, and Wagner can hit that triple as well. Meyer's free throw, she got that one. Nice stroke by Kylie Meyer. Her first point of the game, 1 for 2 for the line. And it's a 40-27 Atlantic lead of the Steve Pros scoreboard. 1:25 to go now. Clarinda puts on that press. A 1-2-1-1 zone press, full court. Pilot, Kirchhoff, middle, Harder. Boy, they break it nicely. McLaren, the freshman, with it high and left. Boy, they broke that press with style there. Down low to Williams, layup up, no good, and fouled. Well, you can tell Coach Vargason's been working on that.
Yeah, because they broke that with ease, and you see Katrina Williams is now back on the line. You got to get her back going like she was in the first half. So hopefully this is a start of her, you know, a couple more points here, and you know, if she hits this one, she'll be over double digits.
That she is. She had 9 first-half points, as Cody mentioned, and now 10 for the game, and she makes that free throw to make it 41-27. And the second free throw is good. Not only is she in double digits, but Atlantic's largest lead here in the ball game is 15 points, 42-27. Cardinals in the front court with 1:07 to play, third quarter. Pass left side. Cole baseline, Wagner. Wagner on the move, pulls up the elbow and fires. No good. Short rebound. McLaren, the freshman for Atlantic. And Peyton McLaren will bring it across the timeline ahead to Kirchhoff.
Yeah, and Clarinda's just not working it down low. They're just forcing a bunch of shots, and their offense is completely out of sort at this moment.
Pellet drives, her shot swatted away. Now we got a jump ball with Sage Howard and Claire Pellet.
No, Claire's not afraid to go up against
No. She's not afraid to get a bruise or two. And Wellhausen comes back in, the 6'1" sophomore. She had some time in the first half. Atlantic will inbounds the baseline left side of the bucket. Claire Pellet to toss it in. Into Harder in traffic. Put back is no good. Harder rebound. Her back set up and good. She got the second rebound. High off the backboard and in. And it's a 44-27 Atlantic lead of the Steve Pros scoreboard. How about that?
Yeah, and Atlantic is slowly just pulling away and taking control of this game.
Atlantic's largest lead now here in the ball game, and Harder's free throw is on the way and good, no good. And the rebound run down by Jersey Knight. So here we go. Jersey Knight high and left. Gets the screen, finds a seam, drives in. Knight, nice drive. Had to give it up to the baseline with 23 seconds on the clock. Cole giving it a go. Nordijk, runner up, no good. A foul call on Claire. Claire Pellet called with a foul. That's 6 on Atlantic, so 2 coming Clarinda's way.
Yeah, it's good to see Clarinda getting the ball down low. They're trying to get their offense going back again, and how you do that is getting down low and getting those high percentage shots.
So it's going to be Nordijk free throws up and in. Second free throw coming up. Atlantic up 44-28. Their biggest lead was 17. at 44-27 in the third quarter. 19 seconds to go on this stanza. Second free throw by Nordyke off the front iron, run down by Williams. So Atlantic with the basketball here with time running out. McLaren, the freshman, the point guard with 10. Between the rings, sends it left side to Kirchhoff at 7. On the dribble at 5. Down low to Harder at 3. Driving at 2. Puts it up at 1. Got it. 46-28 Atlantic with a great third quarter. And they're up big as we go to the final quarter of play. We're back right after this 1-minute timeout. Your live video stream powered by Nishnanet and on the radio at 95.7 FM. We're back after this 1-minute break.
Elkhart Plastics in Atlantic has a career opportunity for you. They're currently looking to hire first and second shift oven operators, first shift assemblers, and maintenance personnel, along with competitive pay and shift differential offered for second shift. Elkhart Plastics offers medical, dental, vision, company-paid life and disability plans, as well as vacation, paid holidays, education reimbursement, and retirement savings plans. Go to MyersIndustries.com/careers to view openings and fill out an application. Elkhart Plastics is an equal opportunity and affirmative action employer.
This segment of Did You Know by Amy Jo is about hydraulic hoses. Well, guess what? They break. And at the worst times possible, too. Atlantic Egg and Auto can build you a new hydraulic hose most of the time faster than it takes you to even get to town. Now, don't begin a ticket racing to town to see me. Since you're here, you might as well get more hydraulic fluid, shop towels, detailing supplies, and fresh cab to keep those rodents out. Atlantic and Audubon Egg and Auto, your only locally owned CarQuest Auto Parts stores.
Now, back to Atlantic Trojan basketball on KS 95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
Yeah, big third quarter for Atlantic as they were able to score 20 points and they held the Cardinals to 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 in that third quarter of play. Clarinda with the basketball to start the final stanza. Drive by Wagner, missed the shot, and she draws the foul. Atlantic has outscored Clarinda 16-13 first quarter and 10-8 second quarter. And now a big third for Atlantic, 20-7 outscoring Clarinda. And Harder with 18 points here in the ballgame. She had a big fourth quarter as Wagner shoots free throws and makes it. Makes the first of 2. Wagner has a 3-ball in the game. She has 10 points, double the figures for the, actually 12 points for the Cardinals. Second free throw on the way, and that is no good, and the rebound Harder for Atlantic. So Wagner with 2, 4, 6, 9, and for 10, 12 on the board there. Here comes Atlantic, Claire Pellet with it. Out top to Peyton Harder. Harder over to Katrina Williams. Just underway, final quarter of play. We'll have the boys game coming up as well here just a little later on. Give and go to Pellet, layup up, and it is good. Pellet with 6. And Atlantic up 48-29 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Cardinals in the front court, Jersey 9 high and right. Pulls up at the elbow out top. Nordyke, left side, Wagner for 3, no good. Rebound comes off to Wellhausen. Driving Wagner, layup is good. Boy, she had a good look in there. Missed the layup, and rebound comes off to Harder for Atlantic. In the front court, Trojans up big, 48-29, 19-point lead is their biggest so far in the ball game. Atlantic comes in at 1-3. Losses to Pella, Linwood, ACGC. They beat Dennis and Sleswig. Ball thrown away, steal by Knight. Fell short to Glimmer last Friday night, but had some glimpses here, and boy, they played well tonight.
Oh yeah, and this is a win that it can build off of. This is a quality Clarinda team that, you know, maybe this is the start of a winning streak for the Trojans here, because Clarinda is not a team that is, you know, that shy away from, and they came out and they played very, very well tonight.
Well, 2-1 coming in as Pella gets the rebound. They beat Lennox 53-45 and Red Oak 65-44. They lost to St. Albert last Friday night, 49-33. Atlantic up by 19 here with 6:06 to go, and Coach Varg wants a timeout. Atlantic will have the ball when we come out of this timeout. We're back in a minute on 95.7 FM and live video streamed and powered by Nishnanet on westerniowatoday.com.
Colton,
After years of wondering why I see more runners than other athletes, I figured it out. Well, a sophomore hurdler explained it to me. This is Dr. Fritz Beyer of Body Basics Chiropractic, and he told me since my hip started acting up, I lost 1 second from my time. 1 second in a 55-second race is less than 2%, but he knew it instantly because the stopwatch told him. In other sports, there's not a stopwatch to tell you when the nagging injury takes 2% from you. To make sure you're giving your 100%, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
2nd Street Auto in Atlanta.
Now, back to Atlantic Trojan basketball on KS 95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
6:05 to play. Atlantic with the basketball as Kirchhoff brings it across the timeline to Maddie Richter. Atlantic up big as Richter has it poked out by Wagner, who's in her hip pocket there. 48-29 Atlantic with the lead. The Trojans with a 1-3 record trying to get their second win of the year. Harder with it, back out top to Kirchhoff. She'll dribble top of the circle. And she loses the ball out of bounds. Last touch by Jersey Knight, who's playing some tight defense. It's been all Atlantic in this one after that first quarter. Atlantic outscored the Cardinals 16-13, but then 10-8 and then a 20. The big difference was that third quarter, a 20-7 differential there at Atlantic. Here's Cardinals with the ball after Harder's missed three. They go baseline to Cole. Step back three for Cole. Got it. Well, you wonder. She was quiet here in that third quarter. Maddie Cole with her 5th three-point shot. And she has 17 points here in the ball game. Pass to Richter, and they're going to say over and back on Atlantic. A little careless there, 48-32. And the Cardinals, they've got plenty of time here. They're down by 16, but they can get back in a hurry if they hit those threes. Atlantic back in a man-to-man defense as Wagner goes high and right with it with 5:20 to go here in this fourth quarter. The score brought to you by the Seed Pros. Here's Wagner back out top to Sage Howard. The 6-footer goes to Cole. Cole with 5 threes, tries to make it 6, can't get it to go. Pellet able to rope off the defense and let it go out of bounds along the baseline. Schrader in and Richter out with 5:08 to play. 48-32. Well, you gotta like Maddie Cole's spunk, Cody. I mean, she keeps firing them up.
Yeah, she keeps firing them up, but that one looked a little forced. At this point in the game, you just need to get those points.
Atlantic with trouble trying to get the ball up in the pressure. They're fortunate is knocked out by Wagner. Atlantic will have it along the baseline as they awkwardly got it in the front court. Good pressure by Clarinda as Pellet will throw it in. 48-32 Atlantic. Pellet whips it out top to Kirchhoff. Baseline Pellet, she has 6 points. The senior back out top, wide open Schrader. She'll fire the three. God, boy, she had that all the way. Set her feet nicely and just lifted it in.
Yeah, and they left her wide open on the three-point line. She had enough time to set her feet and pop the three.
Jersey Knight at the front court, letting up 51-32 back to their largest lead of 19. Kirchhoff with Schrader with the 3 ball. Howard at the block out to Wagner, baseline triple, no good. Rebound long, and how about Peyton Harder's hustle tonight? Boy, she's run down a lot of balls. She came in averaging a double-double, and she's certainly there again tonight. Harder with 18 points, and it's Pellet with it for Atlantic. Out top, and a timeout, Coach Varg with 4:15 left. Atlantic up by 19 points, so we'll take a 30-second break. We're back right after this from Cass Health. Neighbors caring for neighbors on a 95.7 FM.
The perfect companion is waiting for you at the Fish Store and Pet Center in Atlantic. Pick out a furry guinea pig, hamster, or mouse. Maybe something feathered. They have an aviary full of birds to choose from. What about something scaly, like a snake, lizard, or hermit crab? And it's in their name. A wide variety of fish are available at the Fish Store and Pet Center. Get all the food and accessories you need to keep that new addition to your family happy and healthy. The Fish Store and Pet Center in Atlantic, a pet lover's paradise.
Back to Atlantic Trojan basketball on KS 95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
Welcome back to Atlantic with 4:15 left. Atlantic at 51-32 ball. into Harder. We've got a foul call on the inbounds. And Harder would have been wide open. She would have lifted that off the glass and in. So Pellet will inbounds again after the foul. Atlantic with one, Clarinda with one here in the fourth quarter. Claire will throw it way out top to Harder. Atlantic will set up the offense with Pellet left wing. Baseline is Schrader on the drive. Scoop shot over Sage Howard, no good. Rebound comes off to Schrader for Atlantic. And she double dribbled. Turnover Trojans, 4:02 to go here in this basketball game. Boys game coming up next. That ought to be a good one. That boys game with Clarinda and Atlantic. Cardinals are 2-1 coming in. Atlantic 0-2 looking for their first victory. Should be a good one here a little bit later on. Wagner driving baseline. Her layup is good. Boy, she had a free shot, and she took it and scored. A timeout call by Coach Lord. So Wagner with a bucket. She has 14. Timeout call. We'll take it with them. We're back right after this at 95.7 FM and live video streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
Hi everyone, this is Caitlin from your Atlantic Hy-Vee. Start your day off right and let us take care of breakfast. We have so much to choose from eggs, sausage, bacon, pancakes, and so much more. We are available 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. daily. Stop in and enjoy. Have you ordered your holiday packs yet? Leave all the holiday craziness to us. Stop in or give Crystal a call today to get your pack ordered. And don't forget, we also have in our meat department, you buy a ham and get a free turkey. That's right, you buy a ham and you get a free turkey. Thank you as always for shopping your Atlantic Hy-Vee.
Back to Atlantic Trojan basketball on KS 95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
51-34 Atlantic with the lead. Their largest lead was 19 at 1 point. And they've got a big lead here, a 17-point advantage for the Trojans. So got to be impressed with the Atlantic's play tonight, Cody.
Oh, they played very well. It's been an all-around performance by the team as a whole, offense, defense. This is something that Coach Vargason can build on. This win is a great team win, one where the whole team actually contributed to it. So one that Coach Vargason can build on and keep.
There's a steal by Meyer down low tonight. Follow by Jay is good, and Cardinals get a bucket from Jersey Knight. That's her first two of the game, 51-36. 3:39 to go here in the fourth quarter. Here's Pellet. Atlantic with a big lead, but Clarinda, they're going to keep throwing punches here. Out to Harder, back out top to Pellet. 3:28 to go, 22 seconds on the shot clock. Out top, Zoe Kirchhoff. Allen goes right. Pulls up, looks out top to Pellet. She'll swing it left to Williams. Atlantic's going to milk all the time they can into Kirchhoff for two. Good shot by Kirchhoff just inside the arc. Atlantic needed that one. And Kirchhoff now with 8 points for the Trojans. 53-36. Atlantic back up by 17. 3 minutes left. Meyer having trouble with it. Left wing to Cole. Baseline Wagner. Wagner off the screen, cut off nicely by Harder. Back to Cole, driving inside. Layup is up and is no good. Rebound Wagner in traffic. Kicks it out to Cole. She'll launch the three. Short. Rebound Harder Atlantic. 2:40 to go. 53-36 Trojans on the Seed Pros scoreboard as Kirchhoff looks to get it across the half-court line, and she does. 2:30 to go. Kirchhoff in traffic. And we've got a foul call on, I believe, on Cole. Maddie Cole, the 5'2 sophomore, who has made 5 threes in the game. She has 17 points. That's just her first foul, though, in the ball game. 2:30 to play. Atlantic up 53-36 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Out top to Schrader. Schrader holds the ball, leaves it off top to Zoe Kirchhoff, right side of Pellet. Claire into Williams, overshot her, and Wagner with a steal for Clarinda. 2:18 to go. Wagner picked up by Kirchhoff high and right. Off the pick from Howard. Takes to the free throw line. Now top to Cole. Cole gets the pick. Angles right up the dribble for Clarinda. 2:05 to go here in the game. Atlantic by 17. Cole out top. Meyer fires a rainbow three. No good. And the rebound, Peyton Harder for Atlantic. Now they can take at least a chunk off this clock here. And down to 150. The game clock and 27 on the shot clock. Kirchhoff bounced past the Pellet. Fell out of traffic, and a foul called on Wagner. That's just 3 on Clarinda, 1 on Atlantic here in this fourth quarter. And 1:44 to go on the Seed Pros scoreboard. So the throw-in coming up. Pellet bounce pass to Harder. Back to Pellet high and left. Pellet skip pass and a steal by Meyer. She read that one nicely. Coast-to-coast lay-in is missed. And Claire Pellet hustles down and gets the board for Atlantic. 1:36 left. Pellet throws it away. Steal by Meyer. Her wild shot, no good. A foul call to the Trojans with 1:31 left.
These are two must-have free throws if they have any thought of wanting to come back in this game.
Well, with 1:31 to go, time is certainly not their buddy here. I mean, they're down by 17, and they're going to need some free balls here down the stretch. Free throw by Meyer is good. Finally, Meyer gets the free throw. She's 2 for 3 at the line. It's 53-37 Atlantic with the lead on the Seed Pro scoreboard. 1:31 to go in the game. Meyer, second free throw is in the air, and it is good. Meyer 3 for 4 for the line. 53-38. Atlantic's lead is sliced to 15 the Seed Pro scoreboard. As I mentioned earlier, the largest lead is 19. Maddie Richter gets it into Williams. Back to Richter. Is that zone pressed by Clarinda. Richter down the far sideline. Gets it away to Schrader. Schrader left wing. Back out top to Kirchhoff. 1:20 to go. Knight on Kirchhoff. Kirchhoff swings it right side to Schrader. 1:15 to go. Atlantic up 53-38. Bounce pass to Richter, top of the circle. And a whistle timeout, Coach Vargas, with 1:11 to go, and a full timeout it is. We'll take it with them. We're back in a minute to 95.7 FM. Live video streamed on WesternIowaToday.com, powered by Nishnanet.
Rolling Hills Bank and Trust.
Here at Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, we're dedicated to agriculture. That's why we offer various services that fit your growing ag needs. All our decisions are made locally by experienced lenders that truly understand the unique challenges of your operation. We're large enough to handle all your lending needs, yet small enough not to lose that personal touch. Our dedicated loan officers want to work with you to help your operation grow and thrive. Feel free to stop in and talk about how we can help your business succeed. Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
At 2nd Street Auto, it's our mission to get you back on the road fast. And it all starts with free local towing. Want your back at the shop? We talk you through your car repair with a free and fair estimate. We do everything in-house so you know who's working on your car. Our Hercules tires come with free road hazard repair, free rotation for the life of the tires, and a free alignment check. And nobody can beat our transmission rebuild and repair experts. Brakes, tune-ups, oil changes, preventative maintenance, and service work make 2nd Street your first stop.
And lender.
Now, back to Atlantic Trojan basketball on KS 95.7 and live streamed at WesternIowaToday.com.
Atlantic with the basketball with 1:05 to play and doing the weave here as they milk the clock. Schrader hits the deck, and we've got a jump ball. And the arrow is going to head towards Atlantic's way with 60 seconds left to go. And the Trojans a 53-38 here, Cody McCreedy, and they're in pretty good shape right now to notch in a W in their record. Richter tried a shot at the buzzer as the game clock was winding down, and we've got a shot clock violation, so the Cardinals have to take the ball out of bounds on the baseline. 52 seconds left, and defense has been one big key. They held the Cardinals to single digits in the second and the third quarters. Cole in the front court. Cole with 17 points, 5 threes, 1 inside the arc. This is Howard to Knight to the right baseline. 40 seconds left. Knight driving. Back to Wagner. Wagner will weave in, pulls up the elbow and fires. No good. And Harder snags the rebound for Atlantic. And a whistle, a foul call on Jersey Knight. That's 4 on Clarinda. Trojans will inbounds from the baseline.
I think another testament to why Atlantic is being so successful tonight is they're limiting Clarinda's opportunities to get those second chance points.
Atlantic scored 16, 10, and 20 in that third quarter. That was a big quarter, outscoring the Cardinals 20-7, and that was the difference maker. Atlantic's biggest lead, 19 in the game. Schrader front court with 20 seconds left on the Seed Pro scoreboard. And the steal by Cole. She's still playing hard. Cole drives down the lane. Nice defense by Kirchhoff. Follow it, Jay, and Cole. Maddie Cole gets the 2. She has 19 in the ball game for the Cardinals. Atlantic in the front court having trouble with 3 seconds left. Scramble for it. Travel call with 1.3 on the clock. Maddie Cole with 19 to lead the Cardinals. Jersey Knight with 12. Atlantic up 53-40. Inbounds to Cole, and she fires a deep three at the buzzer and missed the shot, and that's it. Atlantic wins by 13 over the Clarinda Cardinals on the Seed Pros scoreboard, 53-40. Atlantic goes to 2-3 on the season. Clarinda evens the record at 2-2. We're back to recap right after this. Our post-game sponsor is Olson's Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
Now, back to Atlantic Trojan basketball on KS 95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
Hey, welcome back. Atlantic girls 53-40 over the Clarinda Cardinals on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Cardinals that fourth quarter able to get some buckets. They had 2, 4, 5, 8, 10, 12 in that fourth quarter. Otherwise, Atlantic held them down to 8-7. Second, third quarter, big difference. But the big difference that third quarter, Atlantic outscored Clarinda 20-7. And for the Trojans, that fourth quarter play, they had 7 points, outscored by Clarinda. Atlantic's biggest lead at one point was 19 in that second half. Let's take a look at the scoring. And first of all, for Clarinda, they were led by Maddie Cole, who had 5 threes, 2 field goals, 19 points. Addison Wagner had 12 and 3 points each for Kylie Meyer and Sage Howard. Jersey Knight had a pair. We'll check Atlantic scoring right after this. Our post-game sponsor, Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
Welcome back. Atlantic 53-40 win over Clarinda. The girls play. And for Atlantic, 2 in double figures. Peyton Harder will add hers up here. She had 5 in the first quarter. She had 7 at the half and opened things up in that 20-point third quarter with the 9, 11, 14. She finished with 18 here for the ball game. 11 for Katrina Williams. And Claire Pellet had 8 in the ball game. Also, Zoe Kirchhoff 8, Claire Pellet 6. And McKenna Schrader had 5. And Lila Winterstein with a pair as Atlantic 53-40 over the Clarinda Cardinals. Cody, your final thoughts on the Trojan victory?
This is a game that they can build on. It was an all-around performance. They did exactly what Coach Ferguson said in the pregame coach's show of what he wanted his girls to do. And he's got to be happy coming out of this game with a win, and a high-quality win, I should say. One that was played very well all around by the girls.
Good. Well, we'll get set for the boys' game here in just a little bit. We're back in a couple of minutes on 95.7 FM, a live video streamed at westerniowatoday.com, powered by Nish Nanette. We're back right after these.
Colton, with you more involved with farming, what have you observed?
Farmers don't just work harder, they farm smarter.
We've definitely seen that with the Enlist weed control system.
Oh yeah, application is dictated by the grow stage, not a set date on the calendar, and you can take mix with liberty.
Plus, you have a post program that you don't have to worry about drifting into neighboring fields.
Nailed it. To learn more, contact the Seed Pros.
The Seed Pros, with you from the word go.
The Seed Pros, Mark Bantacker, Gary Dinklett, Nick Knutson, and John Becker.
Hi everyone, it's Caitlin with your Atlantic IV. We are all about you this holiday season and have you.
Gas prices got you down? Need a ride to work or the grocery store? There's public transportation for everyone in Southwest Iowa. SWITA offers taxi service in Atlantic, Glenwood, Harlan, Missouri Valley, Red Oak, and Shenandoah. $2.50 each way, or $2 for seniors 60 years and older. Just call 1-800-842-8065 or visit SWITA.com to schedule your ride.
Time for Atlantic Trojan basketball. Here's Tom Robinson alongside Cody McCreedy on KS 95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
Hey, welcome back. As the pregame gets underway now for the boys game. Coming up, Clarinda 2-1 coming in, Atlantic 0-2. And the teams on the floor warming up. We're going to hear from Atlantic head coach Dalton Franken coming up here in just a little bit. So the Clarinda Cardinals on the right in their black road uniforms, Atlantic boys in their white home uniforms, getting things started here tonight as we head for the boys game here this evening on our live video stream at westerniowatoday.com, powered by Nishnanet. We're back with a visit with Atlantic head coach Dalton Franken on our McAtee Tire Coaches Show. That is coming up right after this from McAtee Tire.
Good coaches know their players' strengths and weaknesses. They watch, evaluate, and come up with a game plan to make their team better. Like a good coach, when you bring your vehicle to McAtee Tire, they listen to your concerns and give clear explanations on how they can help. They come up with a game plan to get your vehicle performing at its best. From tires to oil changes, brakes, engine repair, and more, McAtee Tire can assist in all your vehicle needs and help you feel prepared for all the competitions ahead. McAtee Tire and Service, where their game-winning service is always a slam dunk.
And welcome back to the McAtee Tire Coaches Show. McAtee Tire and Service, your headquarters for all your automotive repairs and Goodyear tires at 100 West 2nd Street in Atlantic. And we're joined by Atlantic head coach Dalton Franken. Coach, thanks for your time once again. Here we go as the beat goes on. And Clarinda at hand tonight, Coach. And break down this Cardinal basketball team. What will you expect from them?
Clarinda's a tough team, Tom. They have two big guys inside that really know their role. They play their roles really well. They set good screens for their guards, so we're going to see some ball screen action from them. And then they can pick and pop out of it. They roll to the paint and post up out of it. They do a lot of things really well. So we're going to have to be locked in on the defensive end from the jump. There's no waiting 3 or 4 minutes to decide that we want to play. We got to be ready to play from the jump. So. It'll be a challenging matchup for us, but we're looking forward to it.
A lot of guys have contributed to scoring for Clarinda. One of those is Dalton Wright, a senior who has not started a game, but he's the leading scorer, almost the leading scorer with 10. You've got Creighton Tuzio averaging about the same. Talk about those two guys, Wright coming off the bench and then Tuzio.
Dalton Wright coming off the bench. I mean, that's a heck of an asset to be bringing off your bench, right? That's good score for him. Aggressive kid, plays downhill, gets to the paint, gets to the free throw line for him. So he's a very aggressive kid that we're going to have to make sure we have him identified when we're matching up defensively and do our best to keep him out of the paint and make things tough for him. And then the Tuzio kid he's a tough matchup. He, like I said, with their bigs, they set a lot of ball screens on the perimeter, and he's a kid that really, really likes to pick and then pop out of it, and because he can shoot it. He's a really efficient shooter from the perimeter. So we'll have to make sure that we're ready to guard ball screens and close out hard on him when they kick it back to him. So get out there and contest on him. So it's going to be a good matchup for us.
Let's talk about your ball club, and really showed a lot of spunk against Glenwood last Friday night, and really, and we talked about it Saturday morning. This team is improving, certainly from 1 to 2, and I'm sure you expect the same here tonight in your third outing. I mean, what are you looking forward to, and what do you want to see from your team tonight, Coach?
Yeah, you said it perfect there, Tom. We have to have improvement every single night, right? We cannot have any players regressing. We have to be improving in all facets of the game. So we cut down on our turnovers Friday night in Glenwood. Obviously, still too many of those, but we did see improvement on that end. We handled Glenwood's pressure better than we handled things last Tuesday. We kept them cut down on driving lanes, which really killed us in our first game. But we still have to be improving on each facet of the game, and I'd really like to see us come out and swinging from the jump on Tuesday night or tonight against Clarinda. We in Glenwood on Friday, we waited about 4 minutes, and Glenwood we took a few hits from Glenwood before we woke up and started fighting back. So I'd like to see us come out fighting from the tip and not dig ourselves in a 10 or 12-point hole to start the game. That'd be nice.
Well, the battle was pretty much a draw after that. I mean, both teams played step for step. It was really a good basketball game. I know the mountain was a little steep to climb, like you said, but a lot of new guys. You've got some that had experience, but a lot of new guys playing a lot of new spots. It does take some time, right, to get the chemistry going.
Absolutely. I mean, we start 4 seniors, but 2 of those seniors have 0 varsity experience other than the 2 games they have under their belt so far this year. And then our other starter is a sophomore that this is his first go at meaningful varsity minutes. So obviously expect growing pains to start, but that's why we're so focused on just seeing constant improvement, right? That way we're trending the right direction. And the biggest thing with these kids, Tom, is they're not scared of the work.
Nope.
They're staying together. They trust one another that they're going to get the job done for each other. And we just got to keep grinding away, keep improving, and controlling the things that we can control, right? Our attitude and our effort. We can't always control. Some nights the ball is going to go in the basket a lot, and other times it's not. So another thing that we can control is our effort and focus on the defensive end, right? So we really put a big emphasis on the controllables: attitude, effort, defense, rebounding. Those things should be consistent no matter if we're making shots or missing shots, no matter if we're turning the ball over or what's going on. So I really like our group, Tom. They're a fun group to coach, and they're not scared to work. So they've been a lot of fun to work with.
Great, Coach. Thank you very much. Dalton Franken, head coach of the Atlantic Trojans. Best of luck tonight, Coach. We'll talk to you afterwards.
Thanks, Tom.
We'll be back with more pregame. The Coaches Show brought to you by McAtee Tire. McAtee Tire and Service, your headquarters for all your automotive repairs and Goodyear tires at 100 West 2nd Street in Atlantic. More pregame coming up.
Good coaches know their players' strengths and weaknesses. They watch, evaluate, and come up with a game plan to make their team better. Like a good coach, when you bring your vehicle to McAtee Tire, they listen to your concerns and give clear explanations on how they can help. They come up with a game plan to get your vehicle performing at its best. From tires to oil changes, brakes, engine repair, and more, McAtee Tire can assist in all your vehicle needs and help you feel prepared for all the competitions ahead. McAtee Tire and Service, where their game-winning service is always a slam dunk.
Welcome back to Atlantic. We get set for the boys' game here at 95.7 FM. Big thanks to McAtee Tire and Service, your headquarters for all your automotive repairs and Goodyear tires at 100 West 2nd Street in Atlantic, for bringing us our Coaches Show here tonight. Girls game, Atlantic 53, Clarinda 40 here in the girls contest. It just wrapped up, and now we're getting set for the boys' game here tonight on WesternIowaToday.com, powered by Nishnet, and a radio dial at 95.7 FM. Well, Cody McCreedy, let's take a look here. Connor Hannafin, the head coach now, as we look at starters here for Clarinda. They're going to get Kyle Wagner will be out on the floor, the 5'11 junior. We'll kind of go over some of these numbers here. He'll get a start. Kyle Wagner also starting will be... I'm trying to check here. I don't have a 20 here. I'm going to check on a 20 here real quick here. Yeah, Justin Fine will get a start. We'll get Justin put in here real quick before we get rolling. So Justin Fine. And, of course, we remember Justin from a year ago. This guy's a player, and he's a 6'5 senior. So Fine will start a 6'5 senior for the Clarinda Cardinals. To get Justin in here as well. As we look at Justin Fine, he doesn't have any stats showing up, though this might be his first outing here of the season for Fine at 6'5 and a senior. Also starting will be Dalton Wright, a 6'2 senior for Clarinda. And Andrew Jones, a 6'6" senior. Cardinals have some size inside Cody McCreedy, and Craig Tuzio also at 6'7", so Trojans are going to have their work cut out for us, that size, with Tuzio and Wright and Jones all well over 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, Clarinda's got great size down low, and we'll see how the Trojans can deal with the size down low, if we can hang with them, and if we can get the defensive rebounds, just get our bodies into these bigger guys and get those rebounds and hopefully get them into foul trouble.
As we take a look at Atlantic, they're led in scoring by Colton Rasmussen with 57 points after 2 games. He's averaging 28 a game, and Gavin McLaren averaging 17. He has 34 points in the first 2 outings. Those 2 guys been carrying the load. Again, we talked about that in the girls contest, and Trojans did get more different scoring. And how about the boys? They need to get to Nolan Waters' goal with that 3 ball. We know he can make it.
Oh yeah, he can make it. And they just same thing with Maddie Richter with the girls. It's just the confidence level. He needs to see one go down, and then eventually they'll just keep falling for him. But he just needs that first one to fall. And with the Trojans, they just need someone outside of just one player scoring the points, because as in our last home game against ACGC, the Trojans, Colton Rasmussen came out hot in the first quarter, but just really cooled down in the second half. And I think that's when Gavin McLaren got hot, and he had a great second half, but he had no one outside of himself that was scoring for the Trojans. So just need some consistent offense out of the Trojans tonight, and more weapons, I should say, outside of just one player.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups for Clarinda. Under Coach Connor Hannafin, they'll start Kyle Wagner to guard, a 5'11 junior. Andrew Jones at a 4 to 6'6 senior. Craig Tuzio, a 6'7 senior. Dalton Wright, a 6'2 senior. And Justin Fine at 6'5 and a senior. For Atlantic, and Nolan Waters, the point guard, a 5'10 junior. Tyrell Williams, a 5'11 senior at a forward. And Colton Rasmussen, the 2 guard, is 6'3 and a senior. Gavin McLaren at the forward, 6'2 sophomore, and Brock Henderson, a 6'4 senior, also starting for Atlantic. Outside for Clarinda, they're led in scoring by Cole Baumgart, averaging 12 a game, and Craig Tuzio with 13, and Dalton Wright an average of 10 points a game. Starting lineups are coming up, and our opening tip-off is also coming up. It's brought to you by the First Whitney Bank. They're the only bank you'll ever need, First Whitney Bank.
First Whitney Bank is the longest-standing locally owned bank in Atlantic, and as such, we take pride in how we serve our community. For generations, we have been involved with our customers and their families by getting involved in community events and by supporting technology and teaching financial literacy in our schools. You'll also see our support of athletics on the scoreboards at home events. It's this involvement that allows us to know our customers and their families for generations. First Whitney Bank, the only bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
Now, back to Atlantic Trojan basketball on KS 95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
And welcome back to Atlantic. Tom Robinson alongside Cody McCreedy. Wagner, Jones, Tuzio, Wright, and Justin Fine starting for the Cardinals and Coach Connor Hannafin. Again, Wagner, 5'11 junior. Andrew Jones, 6'6 senior. Craig Tuzio, a 6'7 senior. Dalton Wright, a 6'2 senior. And Justin Fine, a 6'5 senior. Atlantic head coach Dalton Franken. He's assisted by Jeremy Blake, Nathan Block, Zach Christensen, J.C. Hoig. Connor Hannafin, head coach of the Cardinals, assisted by Frank Seifert, Logan Peterson, Casey Hill, and Zach Goring. Again, Atlantic go with Nolan Waters, a 5'10 senior. Tyrell Williams, a 5'11 senior. Colton Rasmussen, a 6'3 senior. Gavin McLaren, a 6'2 sophomore. Brock Henderson, a 6'4 senior. And I'm not sure, when you look at the steals, which I look at a lot, Atlantic has 3 coming in. I don't know if that's accurate or not in 2 games, but that's what's down. And when you look at Clarinda, they have 30 steals going into this contest tonight, Cody.
Yeah, if we do have 3 steals, we need to get more. That is just an insane stat if that's correct.
Yeah, that's a little bit low, I think. But anyway, we'll see what happens. Atlantic in their home white uniforms. Home tonight. They're going to be home again on Friday night. Brock Henderson going over and high-fiving the student section there. They'll be loud and proud here tonight in this game with the Clarinda Cardinals. As Atlantic 0-2, Clarinda 2-1 with wins over Nottoway Valley, and Red Oak lost to St. Albert last Friday night. Atlantic with a loss to ACGC in Glenwood. Here we go. The first Whitney Bank opening tip-off coming up. The Trojans jumping Henderson, and the jumping for the Cardinals, Tuzio, and they're going to have to jump again. The ball peaked on its way down, and really I think Tuzio and Henderson both swung and missed here.
It's strike one.
Okay, here's strike one. And the official back it up. Here we go. Nice throw in, but Henderson was able to control it for Atlantic. Trojans had them all to start the game. Welcome to broadcast at 95.7 FM and our live video stream at westernotoday.com, powered by Nishnet. McLaren baseline to Williams. Out top, McLaren, he'll fire the three. God, here you go! Williams out to top to McLaren. He knocks down the three for Atlantic and a 3-0 lead for the Trojans on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Here come the Cardinals front court. Dalton Wright. They'll fire left side. Pass goes to Tuzio. High post pass to Justin Fine. Now a three-ball left side put up and no good by Dalton Wright. Rebound Wright, put back is no good, and the rebound Nolan Waters for Atlantic. Trojans by 3-0. Nolan Waters front court, dribbles down inside and draws the foul. Nice drive by Nolan Waters. As the foul called on Dalton Wright, the 6'2 senior. So Kyle Wagner, Andrew Jones, Tuzio, Wright, and Fine. Starting for Clarinda, Nolan Waters will trigger for the baseline. Atlantic up 3-0 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Just getting underway in the boys' game. Breaking is Rasmussen. He'll take it to the elbow, back out to McLaren. He'll fire a triple, no good off the back iron. And the rebound snagged by Dalton Wright out top to Wagner. And Kyle will bring it to the front court for the Cardinals. Hand off to Wright. He'll swing it left, pass to the tall Tuzio at 6'7". Back top of the circle to Justin Fine. They throw it away. Atlantic gets the ball back on the turnover.
Yeah, you see Clarinda is trying to use that mismatch they have on the height advantage, and they're just kind of forcing it down low, and the Trojans are playing down low pretty well to start this game off.
Clarinda's in a man-to-man defense. Nolan Waters picked up by Justin Fine at the top of the, by right at the top of the circle. There's a pick by McLaren. They're going to call a foul on Gavin McLaren for an illegal screen. And just bumped into that defender there. That's his first. Gavin fouled out at Glenwood last Friday night. An unfortunate situation. He was hot second half. All 17 come in the second half, and they missed him. Atlantic was kind of making a run there late. Here come the Cardinals. Wagner with it. Hands the ball off to Dalton Wright. Tuzio. Back out to Tuzio for three. He got it. Great Tuzio ties the game at 3-3 on the Seed Pro scoreboard with the left wing triple. Atlantic with the ball back in the front court. Nolan Waters with it between the rings. Baseline to Williams. Down low, Brock Henderson. Shot up, no good. Contested by Dalton Wright. Rebound Tuzio out to Wagner. He'll bring it to the front court. High and right to Dalton Wright. Now Tuzio and a foul called on Williams. That's 2 in Atlantic here in the first quarter. Under 6 to go, 5:52. 3-3 ball game. Score brought to you by the Seed Pros. Throwing it in will be Kyle Wagner of Clarinda. Atlantic in a man-to-man defense as well. Bounce pass to Justin Fine. He'll bring it across the half-court line. Fine looking for that screen from Wright. Gets it. Finds a seam. Dribbles in. He traveled with it, but he fouled before that by Henderson. 5:44 to go here in this first quarter. A little ugly early on here, Cody.
Yeah, you got the fouls down if you're Atlantic here. 3 in the first minute, 2 minutes here. That could have been another one.
Yeah, Brock got it. And I ain't playing physical. Got to give him credit for that. Wagner left baseline for Clarinda. Back out top to Fine. Driving into right. Back left side to Wagner. He'll take it to the rack. Layup good. Wagner a dribble drive and 2. 5-3 Cardinals. Hudson McLaren pops off the bench for Atlantic. He'll come in next dead ball. 5:20 to go first quarter. Cardinals up by 2, 5-3. Rasmussen off the screen. Lobs back out to McLaren. He'll swing it right to Nolan Waters. Waters left wing. Out top to Brock Henderson. And almost a steal by Dalton Wright. It is. He got it stolen to Justin Fine. He'll take it in. Layup. Good. He draws the foul. And that's Ford Atlantic and Brock Henderson, the guilty party. And it's a 7-3 Cardinal lead to the Seed Pro scoreboard.
Yeah, that's just one you just gotta swallow your pride there and just let him have those 2 points. Now Brock has picked up a foul and he's now going to the bench.
That's his first. Atlantic with 4 team fouls in the first 3 minutes of this game. 4:59 to go first quarter. Atlantic down 7-3. And it's going to be Justin Fine trying to cap the three-point play. Did. Fine with 3, 8-3 Cardinals. And we've got a timeout called by Dalton Franken, head coach of the Trojans. We'll take it with them. So went up by 5, 8-3 of the Seed Pro scoreboard. We're back right after this on 95.7 FM and live video stream on WesternIowaToday.com, powered by NishNet.
This segment of Did You Know by Amy Jo is about hydraulic hoses. Well, guess what? They break. And at the worst times possible, too. Atlantic Egg and Auto can build you a new hydraulic hose most of the time faster than it takes you to even get to town. Now, don't begin a ticket racing to town to see me. Since you're here, you might as well get more hydraulic fluid, shop towels, detailing supplies, and fresh cab to keep those rodents out. Atlantic and Audubon Egg and Auto, your only locally owned CarQuest Auto Parts stores.
Now, back to Atlantic Trojan basketball on KS 95.7 and live streamed at WesternIowaToday.com.
Well, the Cardinals on 8-0 run. They're up 8-3. The ball in the Trojan front court. Rafts on the dribble drive, and he's fouled. That's 2 on Clarinda. Well, for the Cardinals, they've got a 3-ball from Tuzio. That tied the game at 3-3. And then Wagner with 2, and Justin Fine capped off a 3-point play from the free throw line to make it an 8-3 advantage for the Cardinals, the Seed Pro scoreboard. 4:52 to go in the first quarter. Pass out top to Nolan Waters. Picked up by Dalton Wright, top of the circle. Waters right baseline to Hudson McLaren. Hudson back out to Rofton Bestie. He'll spot up a 3, no good. Rebound comes down to Wagner, and he'll bring it to the front court for the Cardinals with a 5-point advantage. 4:36 to go first quarter. Right, left side to Tuzio. Down inside to Fine. Steal by McLaren. If the stats are correct, that's steal number 4 on the season. Pass ahead of Hudson McLaren. Back out to Gavin. He'll swing it out top to Nolan Waters. 4:20 to go here in the first quarter. Hudson McLaren, right wing. Inside to Gavin McLaren. Back out to Rasmussen. He'll spin inside. Jumper shoots. No good. Rebound. Gavin McLaren. Put back is no good. A foul called on Andrew Jones, the 6'6 senior for Clarinda. And that'll put Gavin McLaren on the free throw line for a pair. So an 8-0 run by Clarinda. They lead 8-3 in the Seed Pro scoreboard. 4:08 to play here in this first stanza. And the free throw by Gavin is on the way, and it is no good. And with the 3 points for Atlantic beyond the arc. His second free throw is coming up. Gavin is shooting 66% from the free throw line. And he made his 5th three-pointer of the year. He rattles that one home. And Atlantic cuts the lead in half, 8-4 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Yeah, for Gavin McLaren, he was 5 three-point makes so far this season. He was shooting about 66% from beyond that arc. But in the front court, Tuzio for 3. He missed it. Rebound, Wagner knocks out of bounds. Atlantic's ball. 3:53 to go first quarter, 8-4. Cardinal lead. And Clarinda running a man-to-man defense as Rasmussen brings it across the timeline, guarded by Kyle Wagner, the 5'11 junior. Rasmussen at 6'3", pass right side to Hudson McLaren. McLaren holds the ball out to DeBestie, top of the circle, swings it left to Waters. Back to DeBestie, top of the key, right side of McLaren. Now Gavin for 3, right baseline. Good! Oh, man, McLaren with another triple, 8-7, Atlantic within 1. So Atlantic on a 4-0 run, 8-7 ball game. McLaren with a 3-ball. In the front court, Clarinda. 3:19 to play, first quarter of the Seed Pro scoreboard. Pass out to Tuzio. Looks inside, one dribble now back out to Fine. Justin Fine beyond the arc, swings it left to Wagner. Wagner on the dribble back out top to Tuzio. Driving, foul Atlantic, that's 5 on the Trojans. So Tuzio will step to the free throw line and shoot a pair. Great Tuzio with 3 points. And they say it is on the floor. No, that should be 5 fouls. There we go, yeah. I was going to say, Tuzio, the 6'7 senior, has 3 points. And he'll be at the charity stripe. He's shooting 78% on the year. He's 7 of 9 shooting free throws. As a team, Clarinda, Tuzio's free throw is good. Boy, he's still hot from the free throw line. Tuzio with 4. As a team is shooting free throws. Second free throw by Tuzio off the back iron. Rebound comes off to Rasmussen. 77%, 44% from the free throw line. So Tuzio, by far the best free throw shooter, that really dropped off. 9-7 Cardinals. Baseline pass by McLaren to Waters. He overthrows him. Turnover Trojans. 9-7, 2-point lead for Clarinda, the Seed Pro scoreboard. Wagner with 2, Tuzio with 3, and Fine with 3 points. Wagner, the point guard, with it. On the dribble, to hands off to Fine. Justin Fine, right side of Tuzio. Tuzio got it by Brock Henderson. One bounce, looks out left side of Wagner. 2:40 to go in the corner. Wagner layup, no good. He had a nice seam, slithered it in, missed the layup. And the rebound comes off to McClare. Left side to Rasmussen. He'll spot up a 3, no good. Rebound pulled down by Dalton. Right for Clarinda, out top to Wagner, guarded by Nolan Waters. To Justin Fine, top of the circle, 2:20 to go. First quarter. Right, spinning in the block. Left side of Wagner. On the drive, pulls up, jumper, no. And the rebound, Gavin McLaren for Atlantic, 2:12 to go. First quarter. That's McLaren down the right sideline. Pulls up to Gavin McLaren. He'll fire up the 3, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Kyle Wagner. Pass ahead to Dalton Wright. Right, backdoor to Tuzio. And it comes off the rim, and Rasmussen has it. And he's going to be fouled by Justin Fine. That's number 4 on Clarinda. So the Trojans will have the ball. Low scoring first quarter. 9-7 Cardinals. All the points for Atlantic by Gavin McLaren. His 7. Off the bench, Noah Harris, 6'2 sophomore. So Rasmussen has been held down here this first quarter. He's averaging 28 a game coming in. He has no points. McLaren, left side of Brock Henderson. He is being guarded well by Wagner. Wagner's just in his hip pocket every step of the way, baseline to baseline. Waters out top of the Trojans. He traveled with it. Turnover Atlantic. 1:39 to go. First quarter, 9-7. 2-point lead for the Cardinals, the Seed Pro scoreboard. And Coach Hannafin talking to Mr. Mark Paulson, longtime official, great official here tonight. Now we've got a timeout. Connor wanted the ball to get across the timeline, and Wagner did the job, and now he gets a timeout. And we'll take it with them. It'll be a 60-second break. We're back with these on 95.7 FM and live video streamed on westerniowatoday.com, and it's powered by Nishnanet.
We are. The perfect companion is waiting for you at the Fish Store and Pet Center in Atlantic. Pick out a furry guinea pig, hamster, or mouse. Maybe something feathered. They have an aviary full of birds to choose from. What about something scaly, like a snake, lizard, or hermit crab? And it's in their name. A wide variety of fish are available at the Fish Store and Pet Center. Get all the food and accessories you need to keep that new addition to your family happy and healthy. The Fish Store and Pet Center in Atlantic, a pet lover's paradise.
Elkhart Plastics in Atlantic has a career opportunity for you. They're currently looking to hire first and second shift oven operators, first shift assemblers, and maintenance personnel, along with competitive pay and shift differential offered for second shift. Elkhart Plastics offers medical, dental, vision, company-paid life and disability plans, as well as vacation, paid holidays, education reimbursement, and retirement savings plans. Go to myersindustries.com/careers to view openings and fill out an application. Elkhart Plastics is an equal opportunity and affirmative action employer.
KS 95.7 is KSWI Atlantic, a proud part of Meredith Communications. KS 95.7.
Cardinals with the basketball after timeout. They work it down inside to Jones, and Jones gets the bucket inside. 11-7. Jones' first 2 here in the ball game for him. Atlantic with the basketball in the front court. Hudson McLaren out to Waters, top of the key. 1:07 to go. First stanza. McLaren is posted up left side. Brock right side. Here's Rask driving. Layup no good, but he draws the foul. So Colton Rasmussen, who has been held scoreless here in this first quarter, averaging 28, gets to the rim, and he'll shoot a pair.
Yeah, that's been pretty much the theme of this first quarter, is lots of fouls and a lot of turnovers. And, that's the Achilles heel of any team, is if you're going to win a game, you cannot be turning the ball over as much as, well, really both teams have been doing. And you can't foul as much either, because right now you're looking at 5 fouls on both teams in a quarter.
Yeah, it'll go back to 0 in the second quarter because team shooting 2, and Rasmussen hits 1 of 2 there. The rebound comes off to Clarinda, and a foul called on Atlantic. 57 seconds to go in the first quarter, 11-8. Clarinda with a 3-point lead in the Seed Pro scope. Ward, that foul is called against Brock Henderson, his second. Coach Franken having a discussion. Oh, I tell you, Dalton Franken, love the guy in his day, man. He could play. Oh, yeah. All-around athlete, and just great to work with, and he's doing a great job with this crew. Dalton Wright makes the free throw. Dalton and his brother Garrett, well over 1,000 points in their career. I think Garrett might have 1,500 and Dalton around 1,400. And Wright makes them both. 2 big free throws. 13-8, 5-point lead for the Clarinda Cardinals. Like to watch Coach Frank and Coach Cody on the sideline as Rask tries a 3 and he knocked it down. Here we go. Rasmussen with a triple. He has 4.
Yeah, I think going back to Coach Franken, I think it was a great choice by the school district to bring in some fresh face and someone from the Atlantic, and not bring someone in from another town, but dig deep into the bag, grab the assistant coach, someone that knows this game and knows this team and it played for us in the past.
Justin Fide, after a series of exchanges, gets a scooping layup off the left side to make it a 15-11 lead for the Cardinals. 9 seconds on the clock. Rasmussen spins, scoops, and scores! And draws the foul with 6 seconds to go in the first quarter. Well, he's quiet no more. Rasmussen has scored the last 5-6 points. It's a 15-13 game. Cardinals with a 2-point lead, and Gab McLaren comes out, and also Brock Henderson here, just so they don't get a foul with the 6 seconds to go. And it'll be Rasmussen shooting the and one on a tough shot that he made. And to cut the lead to 1, he does, and he's been a great free throw shooter. He is 2 for 3 now. Clarinda has a chance, 4 seconds, 3. Fine spins inside, puts one up at 1, and that's going to be it. Hey, it's a 15-14 game. Cardinals by a point. We're back in a minute with more from Atlantic on 95.7 FM and live video stream from WesternIowaToday.com, powered by Dish-to-Net.
Hi everyone, this is Caitlin from your Atlantic IV. Start your day off right and let us take care of breakfast. We have so much to choose from eggs, sausage, bacon, pancakes, and so much more. We are available 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. daily. Stop in and enjoy. Have you ordered your holiday packs yet? Leave all the holiday craziness to us. Stop in or give Crystal a call today to get your pack ordered. And don't forget, we also have in our meat department, you buy a ham and get a free turkey. That's right, you buy a ham and you get a free turkey. Thank you as always for shopping your Atlantic IV.
Good coaches know their players' strengths and weaknesses. They watch, evaluate, and come up with a game plan to make their team better. Like a good coach, when you bring your vehicle to McAdee Tire, they listen to your concerns and give clear explanations on how they can help. They come up with a game plan to get your vehicle performing at its best. From tires to oil changes, brakes, engine repair, and more, McAdee Tire can assist in all your vehicle needs and help you feel prepared for all the competitions ahead. McAdee Tire and Service, where their game-winning service is always a slam dunk.
Work seems a lot less like work when you do it with the people you know, family.
After years of wondering why I see more runners than other athletes, I figured it out. Well, a sophomore hurdler explained it to me. This is Dr. Fritz Beyer of Body Basics Chiropractic, and he told me since my hip started acting up, I lost 1 second from my time. 1 second in a 55-second race is less than 2%, but he knew it instantly because the stopwatch told him. In other sports, there's not a stopwatch to tell you when the nagging injury takes 2% from you. To make sure you're giving your 100%, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics.
5.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
Cardinals start the second quarter with the ball, a 1-point lead, 15-14. Tuzio high and right for Clarinda. Backdoor inside to Dakota. Right, hook shot, no good offhand. He'll get you back out to Fine. Deep three by Fine, missed the shot. Rasmussen pulls down the board. Atlantic can take the lead in this possession with 7:40 to go, second quarter of the St. Pro scoreboard. Waters high and right. Looks for Cutter, finds Rasmussen out top. He'll spot up a three, no good. Rebound Justin Fine for Clarinda. He powered that one down and secured it like a newborn baby there. Boy, he wasn't going to let that go, was he?
No.
Good job by Fine. Tuzio. Ball stolen by Williams and an overplay on the post. Nice job by Tyrell Williams to get the ball back for Atlantic. Rasmussen on the drive, pulls up, elevates, shoots. No good from 16. And the rebound comes off the Cardinals. Justin Fine again having a good first half. Kick out to Wagner, top of the circle. 15-14, Cardinal lead by 1. 6:57 to play first half. Tuzio on the near side. Creighton Tuzio. High post, right. Wagner swings it left to Fine. Fine guarded by Gavin McLaren. Down inside to Tuzio. Head fake layup. It's good. No, check that. He traveled with it. Negate the basket. The score remains 1, 15-14. Atlantic with the ball. Nolan Waters will bring it across the timeline in methodical fashion. Cardinals still in a man defense. Wagner grew to Rasmussen. Waters top of the circle off the screen from Gavin McLaren back to Rasmussen on the drive all the way down. Lose the handle and Wagner steal. Pass ahead, forced by Rasmussen. Harris baseline. And a three and a make by Dalton Wright. And a big three it was, 18-14. Yeah. Rams by for Clarinda by 4. Anderson wide open on the drive and a foul call to Noah Harris. The 6'2 sophomore, Cody.
Yeah, I mean, when on that steal, the three-pointer by Clarinda, he just slipped the corner. The Atlantic defenders just lost him, and he wide open, able to set his feet and get a good look for a three.
So Noah Harris has logged some minutes off the bench for Clarinda. Atlantic will inbounds Waters to Rasmussen. Rass on the drive, out top to Tyrell from the elbow, fires, good. Williams with 2 for Atlantic. Trojans within 2, 18-16 on the St. Pro scoreboard. Cardinals up front, Wagner angles left of the dribble, pulls up, now back, out top. Dakota Wright. Wright with the ball, hands off to Tuzio. Creighton Tuzio on the drive, takes it down low, and out of bounds. Turnover on Clarinda. Good job by Brock Anderson. He's playing with 2 fouls, and he was step for step with Tuzio down the lane.
That was a really good block, and hopefully this gets the momentum going toward the Trojans. We're getting the stops. We just got to get the points on the offensive end.
Atlantic to the front court. Trojans down by a pair, 18-16. Waters high and left. He's guarded by Dalton Wright. Waters the free throw line. Head fake. Turns, bounce pass out top to Rasmussen. 5:24 to go second quarter. Go to McLaren. Guarded by Tuzio. Down low to Henderson. Too much steam on it. Turnover Atlantic.
And those are the opportunities you got to capitalize. You can't just be, you can't get a turnover and then turn it over yourself. You got to be able to capitalize and punish the other team for committing those turnovers.
Here are the Cardinals within the backcourt against that zone press by Atlantic. Samuel Klein is now in. Pass to Wagner low. Rasmussen got a hand on the backboard, and Cardinals wanted a goaltending. I think they might get it. I think the out official did point to, and that's the case. So the basket is credited Wagner. He has 4, and it's a 2016 Cardinal lead. I'll tell you, Coach Hannafin, he about came off his seat there. It was a good call by the official. Coach Hannafin was right. It was goaltending as Colton has great ups. He got that backboard rattled there, and the 2 points credit to Wagner for Clarinda. 2016 Cardinals.
That guy has an amazing vertical jump.
Oh, man. He can stuff it. 4:58 to play, second quarter. Atlantic down by 4. 2016. Cardinals with 5 here in the second quarter. 5-2 outscoring Atlantic. They outscored Atlantic 15-14 in that first quarter of play. Waters to throw it in. Baseline. He's got to hurry. Now he gets it way out top to Colton Rasmussen. Rasmussen top of the circle. Right side to Williams. A bounce pass to Waters. Waters takes it inside. Runner up, no good. Rebound, Brock Henderson. And his ball is knocked out by the Cardinals. Atlantic will have it out of bounds. Waters had a good look, a good dribble drive. Couldn't finish. He'll toss from the left side of the basket with 4:45 to play second quarter.
And Tom, I think it was tipped by a Clarinda defender on the way out.
It was. Here's Rasmussen on the move. Pulls up, elevates, shoots. No good. And the rebound comes off to the Cardinals. Pulled down by Samuel Klein. He'll bring it across. Right side to Justin Fine. Fine off the screen from right. Out top to Tuzio. Tuzio holds the ball now on the dribble. Pulls up baseline. Cardinals. Samuel Klein almost has it stolen away. We got a foul called on Rasmussen, I believe, with 4:18 to go here in the second quarter. A physical ball game. Both teams going 90 mile an hour on defense. And the throw-in coming up by Samuel Klein for Clarinda, far sideline. Coach Hannafin going deep into his bench here early. Out top to Kyle Wagner. Wagner to the front court, hands it off. Samuel Klein, top of the circle, picked up by Rasmussen. A foul called on Colton Rasmussen. That's 2 in Atlantic in the second stanza. 2-1 Clarinda.
That's 2 on Rasmussen in the last 20 seconds.
Yep. So the inbounds pass forthcoming from Samuel Klein. He gets it into Wagner. 4:10 to go, first half. 2016 Cardinals by 4. Wagner right side to right. Inside to Tuzio. Tuzio stops, shoots, and misses a shot. Foul called on Brock Henderson. That's his third.
Yeah, he's just muscling his way in there, and that is the height of Clarinda just at work there.
So Roth will go in for Brock Henderson. Tuzio at the free throw line for the Cardinals. He'll have 2 coming. Crate Tuzio was 7 of 9 free throw shooting coming in, and he's now 9 of 12. 2 for 3 tonight. 9 of 12 is Tuzio as McLaren comes in, Williams out. DeBesti in for Brock Henderson. 4:02 to go, second quarter. And a 4-point Cardinal lead. Your score brought to you by the Seed Pros. Second free throw coming up for Tuzio, and it's good. 21-16. Atlantic with the ball. Hudson McLaren across the timeline. 4-point lead for the Cardinals. Right side to Rasmussen. Foul call on Wagner. And that'll be 3 on Clarinda. Tuzio with 5 points in the game. Hit that 3 ball in the first quarter. Tuzio averaging 13 coming in. So Wagner's going to have to sit. And Noah Harris will check in. He'll draw the tough task of guarding Rasmussen. Wagner with 3 fouls. That's a big ouchie for Clarinda. Pass it to Roth and Bestie, right baseline. Under 4 to go, second quarter. 22-16. Atlantic trailing by 6 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Waters to Bestie. More than leave him wide open outside to Rasmussen. Right side to Hudson McLaren. McLaren will bring it back out top. Hudson just a sophomore. To Bestie. Rasmussen on the drive, and he's fouled. Boy, Rasmussen, he's not sitting still. He's attacking, he's creating, and he's drawn fouls. I mean, Harris now trying to guard him, has 3.
That's just a testament to his athleticism.
Yeah. So Harris with 3, then Wagner guarding him has 3 as well. Waters to throw it in for the baseline for Atlantic. To Roth. Step back 3 for the baseline. No good. Short. Gab McLaren reaching for the rebound, and we've got a whistle. And a out of bounds, I guess. We didn't see any foul called. 21-16 in favor of the Cardinals, the Seed Pros scoreboard. And the inbounds pass from Samuel Klein coming in. Now coming in the lineup is Nolan Wyman, a 5'7" junior for Coach Hannafin. Cardinals, they've had to go deep into their bench here this evening already. 8 have played. Inbounds pass against the press, Clarinda. Ball near side, Tuzio. Give it a go. Pass is stolen by McClure. They wanted to go to Nolan Wyman. Pass to Rasmussen, and he's fouled by Justin Fine. And that's 5 on Clarinda. Atlantic will send Rasmussen to the free throw line, and you can kind of feel the war may be changing here a little bit.
Yeah, it seems the momentum is now shifting toward Atlantic here. Atlantic is wanting to play faster, and this game is getting a little more faster. Just a pace that Clarinda doesn't seem like they want it to go.
So Colton Rasmussen back to the free throw line. He's 2 for 3 tonight and is shooting 74% from the line. Free throw is no good. Before tonight, Rasmussen 17 of 23. 21-16 Cardinals. 0:08 to go in the first half, and he calmly puts that one up and in. 21-17 Cardinals by 4 in the Seed Pro scoreboard. Fine. Brings it across the timeline. They break the press nicely. Back out top to right. Over to Klein. Nolan with the ball now in the game. Nolan Wyman. And he throws it in the backcourt. It's a turnover. You can kind of see things. Wagner's out. Starting point guard, and they're missing him, and also Andrew Jones has been sitting as well. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here as the Cardinals led 15-14 after the first quarter of play. And in that stanza, 5 different players scored for Clarinda. Creighton Tuzio had a big 3 in that first quarter. For Atlantic, it was Colton Rasmussen and Gab McLaren with all the points. It took Ras a little bit of time to get going, but late in the first quarter, he's able to get some points. And Atlantic 15-14 so far in the second quarter. Rasmussen with 1 and Williams with 2. Atlantic's been held down, and not much better for Clarinda. They have outscored Atlantic here of 6-2 in a very low-scoring first half.
Very low-scoring first half, and it just like I said earlier, it's just a testament of the game. Lots of turnovers, a lot of fouls, and Atlantic is just ramping up the pressure right now, trying to prevent Clarinda from running their offense, because that is exactly what Clarinda wants to do, is slow things down, run their offense.
Rasmussen drives, ball is stripped, picked up by Clarinda, and the pass out to Tuzio. Over to Nolan Wyman. He'll drive, lays it up, no good. Putback is missed. Foul called on Atlantic. As Justin Fine tried to get the putback. 2:31 to go first half. 21-17. Cardinals with the lead of the Seed Pros scoreboard. And it'll be Justin Fine at the free throw line. Fine with 5 points here in the game. He had capped that 3-point play. 1 for 1 for the line. 2 for 2 now, Megan. And the Cardinals extend their lead to 22-17. Now the Seed Pro scoreboard, a 5-point lead. We'll end it with a 70-44 win over Nottoway Valley, 62-60 over Red Oak. And there's a rebound by Tuzio on the missed free throw. And then a travel by Justin Fine. So Atlantic gets a break. They'll get the ball back, down by 5.
Yeah, Atlantic was bailed out there by the turnover there. You got to get those rebounds off missed free throw. That's an unacceptable error right there.
So Rasmussen will throw it in for the Trojans, and we've got a little bit of a moisture issue along the, the basketball. 2:28 to go. First half, 22-17. 5-point Cardinal lead of the Seed Pros scoreboard. Rasmussen in the front court. Off the screen from Gavin McLaren. Left side to Hudson McLaren. Skip pass, Waters. Right baseline 3, no good. Rebound Fine for Clarinda. 2:13 to go, second quarter. Fine across the timeline. Back out top to Dalton Wright. Nolan Wyman down low. Tuzio. Jump stop, and he's fouled by Rofton Bestie. So Rasmussen has been a tough guard for Clarinda, and Tuzio has been a tough guard for the Trojans.
Oh yeah, they're both great basketball players, and both offenses are run through those players. So great. It's a great showing tonight of 2 very talented basketball players on both sides.
22-17, Cardinals by 5 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. And Craig Tuzio will shoot a pair. Tuzio so far tonight is 2 for 4 from the line. 2 for 3, excuse me. Makes it. Craig Tuzio puts his club up 23-17 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. 2:04 to go, third quarter. Second free throw is money. And Tuzio with the 7 points. He's got a 3 ball and 4 free throws. Here comes Rasmussen for Atlantic at the front court, and a foul call on Justin Fine, a reach-in foul. And that is, boy, Cardinals getting in foul trouble here. That's 3 on Justin Fine. And Coach Hannafin has to go deeper into his bench. Warner Schmidt, the 6'1 sophomore, will come in. So reach and foul on Justin Fine. Rass's free throw is good. Now it's 24-18 on the Seed Pros scoreboard, and Rasmussen with 9, averaging 28 a game after the first 2. He had 33 against Glenwood on Friday night. That free throw was good. 24-19, Cardinals lead cut to 5 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. 1:54 to play, second quarter. So deep into the bench now. This is Warner Schmidt to Nolan Wyman. Back out top to Schmidt, and Dalton Franken. Or check that. Foul called on Atlantic, I guess, on Hudson McLaren. With 1:47 to go.
Yeah, and as Clarinda goes deeper in the bench, Atlantic is ramping up the pressure to really make these guys play.
That's 5 of the Trojans, so 2 for Wyman, and he missed it. Nolan Wyman at the line for the Cardinals, and his first free throws of the season. 1:47 to go, second quarter. Wyman, second free throw coming up. Atlantic down 24-19 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. It was 15-14 after the first quarter. Second free throw by Wyman. Up, good. And Wyman made 1 of 2. And the lead is now 25-19 Cardinals. Pass ahead to Nolan Waters, 1:40 to go. Skip past Hudson McLaren. Baseline, Roth and Bestie. Back out top, and Roth almost threw it away. Nice job by Schmidt. Almost jumped the passing route. Our halftime guest, Atlantic head girls basketball coach Dan Vargason. Atlantic girls win 53-40. Pretty impressive outing for the Trojans. He'll be our Olsen BP halftime guest. Hudson McLaren fires a 3, missed the shot, rebound, Craig Tuzio for Clarinda. 1:25 to go, second quarter. 6-point Cardinal lead of the Seed Pros scoreboard. Left side of Wyman. Baseline. Goes to Klein, down low, Tuzio, layup good. Tuzio
just bullied his way down low.
Yeah.
The offense set up, and he just plowed his way to the basket.
27-19, Waters with the top of the circle. To Gavin McLaren. McLaren takes it to the rack. Off to Hudson McLaren, right wing. Now Gavin, a baseline. Waters, he'll launch up a 3, no good, short. Rebound comes off to the Cardinals, Samuel Klein. 49 seconds to go, second quarter. And Wright will send it over to Schmidt. Baseline Klein. Right by Hudson McLaren, down low to Tuzio. He'll muscle his way in, lays it up and in. And Tuzio going to work in the second quarter. 10-point Cardinal lead at 29-19. It's Tuzio that's doing the damage here, late second quarter, 25 seconds to go.
Yeah, they're just giving him the ball and spreading the offense out and letting him go to work.
Gavin inside, layup no good, poked out by McLaren. Cardinals ball. 15 seconds on the clock here in the first half. And a 10-point Clarinda lead. The throw in by Samuel Klein. He gets it into Wright. Klein, 13-12. Pass ahead. Goes to Schmidt. Baseline. Goes to Dalton Wright. A foul called on Atlantic. And that's free throws for Wright with 8 seconds to go. Second quarter. So Dalton Wright will shoot a pair with a 29-19 10-point lead on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Wright. Free throw, no good. All right is 2 for 4 off the line. He has 5 points. And now Aiden Johnson comes in, a 6'3" sophomore. Ten players have been in for Clarinda here in this first half. Second free throw is good by Dalton Wright. He comes out. And Cooper Phillips is in. 11 have played now for Clarinda. Waters takes the inbounds and a foul called on Warner Smith. So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Hannafin does second half. He has 3 players with 3 fouls. And he's gone deep into his bench here. Atlantic not quite so desperate here with Brock Henderson with 3, but that's the only player, I believe, with troubles. Waters' free throw is good.
Yeah, this second half, we're going to see just how deep Clarinda's bench is.
Well, they've gone all but 4 players in the game. And now maybe 3. Waters' second free throw coming up, and it is no good off the front iron. And the rebound knocked around, and Williams comes up with it. Kicks it out top, 1 second to go. Here's a shot by Waters. It is in time. It's no good. And a 10-point lead for the Cardinals, 30-20 here at the halftime break. Our halftime brought to you by Olson's BP and Olson's Fuel. Your home for the great Godfather's Pizza. We're back to talk to Atlantic head coach Dan Vargason right after this for Olson BP and Olson Fuel.
Olson's BP in Atlantic is the keep you going store, and they'll keep you going all day long with breakfast selections like breakfast burritos, breakfast sandwiches, and breakfast staples like biscuits and gravy. For lunch, what better place to stop than Olson's BP? With burgers, Champ's chicken sandwiches, and Godfather's personal pizzas, you're sure to be refueled for that afternoon grind. And after a long day of work, let Olson's BP do the cooking for you. Hot and fresh Champ's chicken with all the sides and every kind of pizza topping you can think of on your Godfather's pizza. It's Olson's BP on 2nd Street in Atlantic, the Keep You Going store.
And Olson's Fuel, and we are with the Atlantic head coach Dan Vargason. Coach, really a solid performance by your basketball team here tonight. What can you say about this squad here?
Yeah, there was a lot of improvement from the other night to tonight, and that's been the theme that we've been looking for, is improving from game to game and practice to practice. And tonight I thought someone that really played out really well for us was Katrina Williams. She had a great game, offensively, defensively, rebounding. She just did everything really well tonight.
Coach, the big quarter was the third quarter, outscoring the Cardinals 20-7. Talk about the key here to that success.
Well, that was just being disciplined. We talked at halftime. We didn't make any adjustments. Everyone was like, "What did you do at halftime?" Well, we just kind of got everyone calmed down tonight. They just know they got to play disciplined basketball, move the ball, do what we're supposed to do, and drive. And we've got players that can score the ball, and we showed that. We had 7 players that played high minutes tonight, and all 7 scored. Peyton McLaren didn't play a lot, but she did a great job when she was in. But when everybody scores, that makes it a lot harder to defend us.
Yeah, Peyton McLaren 18 points, and you mentioned Katrina Williams. She kind of sparked the offense with that little teardrop shot up close there with 7 first quarter points. And at halftime, she had 9 and ended up with 11. Her career high for this young season. And you mentioned her, but defensively played well. A lot of rebounds tonight. I think that was one key as well.
Absolutely, and it was everybody again. I think Payne Harder had 17 rebounds according to Coach Best, so she went for 18 and 17 tonight.
Wow.
But there were a couple that stood out where Claire Pellet just ran in from the opposite side, jumped up and took one. Katrina was battling inside with Sage Howard all night. So I thought our whole team did a nice job. And then we were rallying to the ball. If they wanted to put some pressure, we had somebody there to outlet it too. That's been a big difference as we've been making mistakes. When we get those rebounds, we give it right back. And tonight I thought we did a better job of getting it to our point guard and having Zoe get us set in an offense after we got a good rebound.
Well, it was a 53-40 win, but you led by as many as 19 points several times in that second half. So what do you build off here now? Creston coming down on Friday. Good win tonight.
Yeah, and that's the big thing. We talked about at the end. We had some kids on the floor that we wanted to see close out a game, and we made some mistakes, and we said, hey, let's learn from it. That's the point of those minutes. It was 19, then cut to 12. If that's an 8-point game, now you're cutting to a 1-point game. So it's just learning that skill, being in a game situation where they weren't going to quit. So learning how to finish out a game. And, we saw some things that we got to fix. And we haven't worked a lot of situations in practice. So that's something as a coaching staff we're going to get put into practice.
one thing I could tell you have worked on was that pressure defense. You broke it nicely many times.
Well, that's the biggest difference. Pressure has been our issue, and it didn't matter what kind. And tonight we did a nice job getting into our shape and moving. We didn't stand in a spot. People were cutting. People were rotating. When we get the ball, we'd go opposite. We just were disciplined compared to what we have been. So that was a big step forward. And we still had quite a few turnovers tonight. But, I'd say 7 or 8 of them. I don't really know. We got called for some double dribbles for crossovers, so I've never seen that. But I can't get them on them too hard for some of the turnovers when they really weren't. So I thought we did a really nice job tonight with that.
Any final thoughts here before we head to Friday's game with Creston?
Well, our mission's 1-0. We haven't changed that. We've been following that for a while now and focusing on 1-0. Everyone's like, you got a big week. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure we do. But, we have Creston coming to town Friday night. They're going to be somebody that's going to be scrappy. They're going to play hard. I know they scrimmaged ACGC and had a good battle, and we struggled with ACGC. So we got to get ourselves ready to go, reload, and play again on Friday.
You bet. That'll be right here. We'll have the broadcast on 95.7 FM and live video streamed at westerniowatoday.com, powered by Dish to Net. Coach, congrats. A great game tonight. Really enjoyed it. The best of luck, and we'll see you Friday.
Sounds good. Thank you, Tom.
You bet. Hey, we're back right after this from Olson BP and Olson Fuel, your home for Godfather's Pizza.
December is the start of the holiday season.
Olson's BP in Atlantic is the keep you going store, and they'll keep you going all day long with breakfast selections like breakfast burritos, breakfast sandwiches, and breakfast staples like biscuits and gravy. For lunch, what better place to stop than Olson's BP? With burgers, Champ's chicken sandwiches, and Godfather's personal pizzas, you're sure to be refueled for that afternoon grind. And after a long day of work, let Olson's BP do the cooking for you. Hot and fresh Champ's chicken with all the sides and every kind of pizza.
Welcome back to halftime as the Trojan pep band sounded really good tonight, Cody. You can probably barely hear me, huh?
Yeah, I can barely hear you. Yeah, this band sounded really good.
Let's take a look at the first half scoring for the Cardinals. First of all, they lead 30-20 here at the halftime break, and outscored Atlantic 15-14 in that first quarter. And then they came out the second quarter and really kind of poured it on. Tuzio had a good second quarter as they put up 15 points. And the thing about it is, the same as the first quarter, they held Atlantic to just 1 field goal and 4 free throws. Atlantic with 20 points total, just 6 in that second quarter. And the Cardinals with 15, so pretty steady night for Clarinda. We'll be back with more halftime, but first these on 95.7 FM and our live video stream, westerniowatoday.com, powered by Initiative.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business, from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
Outfitters Plus in Atlantic is making it easier for teams, coaches, groups, and you to host your group's orders online with their online store. Custom printed shirts, sweatshirts, all of your team apparel. Outfitters will design the graphics, post them on the web, give you the link to share with your team or group, and they can order themselves, all online. No more order forms to lose, sizes to keep track of, or money to hold on to. Let Outfitters Plus set up an online store for your team or group today. Give them a call at 243-4379. That's 243-4379. Outfitters Plus in Atlantic.
Rolling Hills Bank and Trust.
Here at Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, we're dedicated to agriculture. That's why we offer various services that fit your growing ag needs. All our decisions are made locally by experienced lenders that truly understand the unique challenges of your operation. We're large enough to handle all your lending needs, yet small enough not to lose that personal touch. Our dedicated loan officers want to work with you to help your operation grow and thrive. Feel free to stop in and talk about how we can help your business succeed. Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
At 2nd Street Auto, it's our mission to get you back on the road fast. And it all starts with free local towing. Once you're back at the shop, we talk you through your car repair with a free and fair estimate. We do everything in-house so you know who's working on your car. Our Hercules tires come with free road hazard repair, free rotation for the life of the tires, and a free alignment check. And nobody can beat our transmission rebuild and repair experts. Brakes, tune-ups, oil changes, preventative maintenance, and service work make 2nd Street your first stop.
back to Atlantic Trojan basketball on KS 95.7 and live stream at westerniowatoday.com.
Let's take a look at the first half scoring. First of all, for the Cardinals, it was Tuzio leading the charge. He had 4 first quarter points. He had 7-11 for the first half. Tuzio really had a great first half of play for Clarinda. That second quarter especially, he had 4 in the first quarter, and then he came back 3 for 4 from the free throw line and 7 points in that second quarter to kind of bolster this team. Kyle Wagner with 4 points here. Andrew Jones with a pair. Dalton Wrights with 6 points. Nolan Wyman 1. And Justin Fine with 6 points here in the game. And so the Cardinals have some issues with foul trouble. I wouldn't doubt it. We'll see them go to a zone defense, Cody.
Yeah, I think they'll go to the zone defense here, and I bet in halftime all they were talking about is just slow things down. Let's run our offense, and let's just play our game, because if the Trojans speed them out of control, they're going to get more fouls, and that's not how Clarinda wants to play. So just settling these boys down, going into the zone offense, making those adjustments, and we'll see how much adjustments the Cardinals made at halftime as we head into this third quarter.
Got it, Cody. Thank you. And 30-20 our score here as we head towards the third quarter for Atlantic. They're led in scoring by Colton Rasmussen, who has just 2 goals, 1 of 3, the other at 2. He had 7 points in that first quarter, and he ends up with 10 here at halftime for Atlantic. Gavin McLaren with 7 points, Tyrell Williams with 2, and Nolan Waters with a point for Atlantic. We'll start the second half with the Cardinals up 30-20 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Seed Pros, by your side to maximize yields from where we go. Your Pioneer Pros, John Becker, Mark Van Tiger, Gary Dinkla, and Nick Knutson. And Atlantic will have the basketball to start the second half. Down by 10, 30-20. A fresh 8 on the board. And Rasmussen will throw it in. Nolan Waters top of the key between the line. Yeah, we're going to see a box in 1, I believe, on Rasmussen. Let's check this out. Waters drives back out to Brock Henderson. Williams swings it right to Waters. He'll fire up a 3 off the mark. Rebound Tuzio for Clarinda. 7 seconds in, the Cardinals get the ball to the front court. Out top, Justin Fine. Fine inside, wide open. Wright missed the shot. Rebound back up and missed that one. Andrew Jones got the rebound out to Wagner. Cardinals will reset with a 10-point lead. Dalton Wright left wing. Push it out top to Justin Fine. He throws to Wagner, headed for the bucket. And an arrow on the Cardinals. Atlanta gets the ball back on the turnover. Here in the second half, just underway in the third quarter. Cardinals hit Atlantic to 15-6, outscored Atlantic 15-6 that second quarter. They lead by 10. On the Seed Pro scoreboard, Waters driving, baseline to McLaren. He'll fire the 3. Good! Gavin McLaren with a big 3, 30-23 Cardinals. Score brought to the Seed Pros. Pass ahead to Dalton Wright. He'll pull up. Deep left out top to Wagner. Kyle Wagner between the rings, guarded by Waters. Now takes it to the rim. Cut off. Back out top. Right, baseline to Wagner, looks low to Tuzio. He takes the pass. Tuzio turns, shoots, misses. Brock Henderson with 3 fouls, snags the board for Atlantic. Trojans to the front. Waters, top of the circle. He'll take it to the rim. Over to Williams, jump shot from 10, no. And the rebound bumped out of bounds by the Trojans. It'll be Cardinals ball. 6:25 to play, third quarter. The Seed Pros scoreboard 30-23. Cardinals on top of the Trojans. Atlantic in that 1-2-1-1 zone pressure. They'll trap the inbounds player back the middle to Wagner. 1-2-2. Back near side of Tuzio. They break it easily. Over to Dalton Wright. He'll take it inside. Missed the shot. We've got a foul called on Gavin McLaren. And probably because maybe he didn't post up in defensive position. I don't know. He turned and faced the basket. There wasn't a lot of contact there, but that's 3 on McLaren now, Cody. So free throws for Wright. Dalton Wright, free throw missed. 30-23. Right at the free throw line. He was 3 for 4 so far in the first half. Wright's second free throw coming up. He's a 53% free throw shooter coming in. He was 9 of 17. He made that one. And the Cardinals back up by 8, 31-23 of the State Pro scoreboard. Nolan Waters brings it across the timeline. 6:10 to go in the third quarter. Waters off the screen. Rasmussen takes the pass to Brock Henderson. He'll drive the baseline, and it's stolen away. Nope, it's going to be out of bounds. Fine. Had the interception of the pass along the baseline. He stepped out of bounds. So Atlantic will throw it in with 6:01 to play third quarter. Williams into Brock Henderson. Back out top to Rasmussen. He'll spot up the three. No good off the heel. And the rebound ripped down by Tuzio. Kick out Justin Fine. Deep baseline. Jones back to Wagner. Jones didn't see a lot of minutes in that first half. Is back in there. Tuzio left baseline. Fires a three. No good. Rebound Wagner. Put back no good. Waters fouls. 2 in Atlantic here in the third quarter. 5:39 to go, and the Waters will come out. And Hudson McLaren will come in, a sophomore for Nolan Waters. Well, Waters with 2. Free throw by Wagner is good. Wagner with 5 points. Hudson McLaren in and Nolan Waters out. 32-23. Cardinals by 9 on the State Pro scoreboard. The second free throw coming up. This one in the air. This one missed. Rebound Jones. Put back is missed. The rebound Gavin McLaren. Atlantic gets the ball back down by 9. Gavin McLaren top of the circle to Hudson McLaren. Hudson's logged a lot of minutes here in this game tonight. The sophomore off the screen. Delivers left wing to Gavin McLaren. McLaren back out to Hudson. Baseline Brock Henderson back to Gavin. He'll fire a triple left side. No good. Rebound comes off to Justin Fine of Clarinda. Clears it out to Wagner. He'll bring it across right to left. 5:12 to go third. Fine high and right. Off the screen from Jones. Dribbles through traffic. Spins and shoots. Misses. Rebound Jones misses. Rasmussen got a hand on it. Atlantic back in the front court of the move. Atlantic numbers. Rasmussen drives in. Layup missed. Hit the mat hard. Rebound comes off to Tuzio. And the Cardinals have it. Driving Dakota Wright. Foul Williams. That's through in Atlantic second half. Cardinals with the foul issues have no fouls in the second half here so far. 4:48 to go, third quarter. And Rasmussen will come out. That's his, second Cody, third Cody McCreedy.
He's got to be careful here going forward.
Inbounds is stolen by Henderson. He's got it poked away. Atlantic will have it a baseline. 4:44 to go, third quarter. 32-23 Cardinals by 9 on the State Pro scoreboard. Williams will toss it in. McLaren fires a triple, no good. Rebound Williams, put back no, and a foul call on Justin Fine, or that might be Jones here. Yeah, it's going to be, I believe, on Dalton Wright. Nope, it's going to be on Fine. That's his fourth. And he comes out.
That's a big call there.
Oh, boy. Samuel Klein will come in for Wright. 32-23, Cardinals by 9. Waters for 3. Good! Nolan Waters gets it down. A three-point shot. 26 for Atlantic, 32. Clarinda, the Cardinals throw it away at the other end.
That's got to feel good for Nolan Waters, finally getting one to hit, and hopefully that brings his confidence level back up, and he makes a couple more before this game is over.
He was 1 for 9 coming in. We know he can hit it. Atlantic down 32-26. 4:27 to play, third quarter. Skip pass to Tyrell Williams, right wing. Williams driving in. Nice Euro baseline, Gavin. And he threw it away. Steal pulled down by Samuel Klein. Klein looks to hand off to Tuzio. He'll take it back out to Wagner. 4:09 to play, third quarter. Wagner leaves it off. Schmidt. Klein down low. Back to Klein, top of the circle, lose the handle. Rasmussen with the steal. Rasmussen will take it to the basket. Layup is no good. Followed by Brock Henderson is good. Good trail by Henderson. And Atlantic now cuts the lead to 4, 32-28. Here's the drive to Tuzio. Layup no good. And the rebound Henderson for Atlantic. Pass ahead to McLaren. To Gavin on the left wing. Inside to Williams. Layup up and no good. Foul called on Samuel Klein of Clarinda. 3:33 to go. Atlantic on a big run here.
Yeah, and it's just it's the pace. I mean, that is exactly what Atlantic is doing. They're trying to speed up the pace, trying to get Clarinda to run with them, and getting those fouls and getting the line.
Williams' free throw is good now. Trojans now trail by 3, Cody McCreedy, and Williams on the season shooting 33. In fact, he first free throws, and he made them both. Now he's perfect at the free throw line, 100%. 2 for 2, Atlantic within 2, now 32-30. What a run here in this third quarter by the Trojans. Your score brought to you by the C Pros, and Atlantic putting the pressure on a full court zone press. Bounce pass into Wagner, back out to the middle of Schmidt. Klein out to Wagner. Wagner will look to throw, gets it looped to right, down low. Across the paint to Klein, and it's thrown away by Harris.
Clarinda's got to call a timeout here just to get things situated.
So Atlantic with the basketball down by a pair. A 3-ball put them in the lead with 3:19 to go, third quarter. Right side of Williams. Inside of Brock Henderson. He'll take it to the bucket. Layup no good. Put back miss by Rasmussen. And Harris with the rebound. And Rasmussen called for the foul. And that'll be 4 on him. 3:08 to go, third quarter. 32-30. The lead is Clarinda by 2. It's just 3, excuse me, Cody. 3 on Rasmussen. Inbounds pass to Wagner. 3:05 to play, third quarter. Tuzio out top to Klein. Klein half-court line. Double teamed and a whistle. Timeout called by Coach Hannafin. With 2:58 to go, third quarter, and a 2-point Cardinal lead. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll be back right after this on 95.7 FM and live video streaming at westerniowatoday.com.
Have you ever heard the saying, people spend... Are you ready to be part of something bigger? I'm Myron Stein, president of Stein Seed Company. We're seeking exceptional individuals like you to join our team as independent sales representatives. If you're passionate about agriculture, ready to make a difference, and want unlimited earning potential, join the Stein team as an ISR. To learn more about open positions near you, contact your local Stein RSA, Darren Petty, at area code 712-249-5884.
The Cardinals 10-2 here in this third quarter. And no field goals for Clarinda there. 2 for 4 from the line. Inbounds to Wagner. 32-30 Clarinda. 2:56 to play, third quarter. Pass low to Tuzio. Shot blocked by Henderson. Picked up by Waters. Here comes Atlantic to the front. Henderson left wing. Out to Waters. Waters off the screen to Gab McLaren. It's tipped out by the Cardinals. Atlantic will have the ball. Boy, Brock Henderson, big rebound, huh?
Oh, yeah, it was a big rebound by Henderson there. And let's see if the Trojans can capitalize and potentially tie it up or even take the lead.
Gab McLaren will throw it in. Down low to Brock Henderson. Henderson back to McLaren. He'll try the 3-ball. No good. Rebound Tuzio. That would have been for the lead. Atlantic has outscored the Cardinals 10-2 in this third quarter. 2.5 to go.
Good look there by McLaren. It would have been huge if it went in, but
he had to take that shot. Traveling with Wagner, letting get the ball, but yeah, he was wide open.
Oh, he was wide open. He had to take that shot.
Clarinda turns it over the front court. Atlanta gets the ball back. They can tie it or take the lead with a long-range shot. Rasmussen will throw it in. 32-30, Cardinals with the lead. 2:20 to play here in this third stanza. Waters across the timeline for Atlantic. Zone defense by the Cardinals. Waters right side. Skip pass to Tyrell Williams, left baseline. Down low to Brock. Henderson and Williams. He'll fire up a deep 2. No good. Rebound comes off to Noah Harris. Foul called on Waters, and that's going to be 5 on Atlantic here in this third quarter. So Noah Harris will shoot a pair. 32-30, Cardinals by 2. So Noah Harris will go to the free throw line and shoot 2. Harris had to log quite a few minutes tonight because of foul trouble to Justin Fine. Harris, 2 of 6 from the line this season. Free throw is good. Making 3 of 7. And now Atlantic has outscored the Cardinals 10-3, third quarter. 33-30 Clarinda. Second free throw is in and out, no good. Rebound Brock Henderson. Throw to the front court. Brock, right side. Leaves it off for Rasmussen. He'll take it all the way in. Runner up, and it is good. 33-32. Atlantic within one. Cardinals with it. Tuzio. Skip pass over to right. 1:40 to go, third quarter. Baseline, Klein for three. Got it. What a big shot by Samuel Klein. He got the triple for the baseline. 36-32 in favor of Clarinda. Atlantic in the front, out top to Rasmussen on the move. Works right side, kick out, throws it away. Klein with the steal. All the way inside, layup is good. 38-32. Samuel Klein, 5 straight. Timeout, Dalton Franken. 6-point Cardinal lead on the Seed Pros scoreboard, 1:12 to go. And we'll take the timeout with them. We're back right after this.
Get to the Super Bowl for Globe Bowling on Friday and Saturday nights. Perfect for birthdays, reunions, family and friend get-togethers, and date nights. They even have bumpers and ramps for the little ones. Globe Bowling, all the glow-in-the-dark fun you love. Plus, the friendly competition of bowling makes for a great night. Call Dan to schedule your next party at 243-4656. Globe Bowling on Friday and Saturday nights at the Super Bowl, Highway 71 in Atlantic.
Gas prices got you down? Need a ride to work or the grocery store? There's public transportation for everyone in Southwest Iowa. SWITA offers taxi service in Atlantic, Glenwood, Harlan, Missouri Valley, Red Oak, and Shenandoah. $2.50 each way or $2 for seniors 60 years and older. Just call 1-800-842-8065 or visit SWITA.com to schedule your ride.
2nd Street Auto in Atlantic.
Now, back to Atlantic Trojan basketball on KS 95.7 and live stream at westerniowatoday.com.
1:12 to go, third quarter. The Cardinals with a run here late. Atlantic had pulled within a point, and now Clarinda back up 6 points on a 5-0 run, all off of Schmidt. Waters top of the circle, right side to Tyrell Williams. And inside to Henderson, we've got a whistle and a foul call, I believe, on Harris for holding. And that'll be 3 on Clarinda here in the third quarter, 1:02 to go. So Tyrell Williams will throw it in for Atlantic. And we're going to get Cooper Phillips in. Henderson with the inbounds. Down low to Gavin. He'll put it back off the glass. Good! He draws the foul. Gavin with the 2. And the and 1 for the Trojans with 57 seconds on the clock here in this third quarter. So Gab McLaren will shoot the and 1. Cooper Phillips will come in for the Cardinals. McLaren. Free throw. Good. Gab McLaren for Atlantic gets the points. He has 13. 38-35, Cardinals lead cut to 3. On the Seed Pros scoreboard, 50 seconds left, third quarter. Wide open, down low, Klein, layup good. How about Klein with 7 points for Clarinda here late third quarter. And the Cardinals back up by 5. Gavin left baseline for 3. No good. Rebound tipped high. Loose to Rasmussen, his layup good. Rasmussen with the bucket. 40-37 to Clarinda. 25 seconds left to play here in this third quarter. Skip pass right side to Phillips. Pass ahead to right. 15 on the clock, third quarter. 3-point lead for Clarinda. 13 on the clock, now 12. Phillips, Wagner with it at 10. Baseline to Klein at 9. At 7, 6 driving, bumps off at 5. 3-point shot on the way at 2, and made by Dalton Wright, and that'll make it a 43-37 a game. Oh my goodness, Wright with a huge 3, Cody. Right before the buzzer.
Did you hear him call bank? I think he called it.
Yeah, he banked it in. Oh, fourth quarter coming up, but stay tuned. It's going to be a good one as the Cardinals lead 43-37 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Back in a minute.
Are you ready to be part of something bigger? I'm Myron Stein, president of Stein Seed Company. We're seeking exceptional individuals like you to join our team as independent sales representatives. If you're passionate about agriculture, ready to make a difference, and want unlimited earning potential, join the Stein team as an ISR. To learn more about open positions near you, contact your local Stein RSA, Darren Petty, at area code 712-249-5884.
This segment of Did You Know by Amy Jo is about hydraulic hoses. Well, guess what? They break. And at the worst times possible, too. Atlantic Egg and Auto can build you a new hydraulic hose most of the time faster than it takes you to even get to town. Now, don't begin a ticket racing to town to see me. Since you're here, you might as well get more hydraulic fluid, shop towels, detailing supplies, and fresh cab to keep those rodents out. Atlantic and Audubon Egg and Auto, your only locally...
Welcome back to Atlantic as we go to the final quarter of play. What a game. This has been a low-scoring contest. Atlantic outscoring the Cardinals. That stands at 17-13. It's 37 Atlantic, 43-37 Cardinals lead on the Seed Pro scoreboard. And Clarinda with the basketball to start the final quarter of play. Get out top to Widener, gets a screen from Phillips, right baseline to Klein. Phillips guarded by Rasmussen, back to Klein, right side. Klein pulls up, baseline right. Dalton Wright looks for a cutter. Two dribbles, pulls up to Widener, top of the circle. Klein, baseline, Phillips on the drive. Baseline, fine, 15-14 to the clock, and Rasmussen steal. He'll take it to the rack and dunks it down. A stuff by Rasmussen, and that lights up the crowd. Oh man, 43-39, he dunked that with authority. And a 4-point lead for the Cardinals on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Pass into Tuzio, and a foul call on Brock Henderson. That's his fourth. Boy, Rasmussen sky, and he had a two-hand stuff there, Cody McCreedy.
I'm speechless.
You knew he was going to do it. He was digging.
Oh, he wanted it. He
about
wanted
the
to.
free throw line, and he swooped in and stuffed it with two hands. Cardinals up by 4, 43-39 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Skip pass, baseline to Samuel Klein. Step back three for Klein. Missed it. Rebound. Good. It tipped in by Widener. Oh, Widener got the two. 45-39. Cardinals lead is 6 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Nolan Waters on the dribble. Works off to Williams. Tyrell hands off to Rasmussen. He'll stop, pop from the elbow. Missed everything. Rebound, Gab McLaren. And the ball pass to Williams, tipped out by Clarinda. Lots of time left. 6:44 to go here this fourth quarter. As Justin Fine will check in. Phillips out. Andrew Jones will come in for Clarinda. And out comes Samuel Klein, who's really played well in that third quarter. He had 7 points. Out top, Waters for three. No good. A good shot. And a whistle. We got a foul call on McLaren. 45-39, a 6-point lead. Cardinals with the ball. Wagner will throw it in. That's 4 on McLaren. Bounce pass into Andrew Jones. Jones at 6'6" brings it across to Fine. Fine will oh boy, he took it in, and he is fouled on the floor. Justin Fine hit the deck with 6:35 to play. That's 3 on Atlantic. Ball out of bounds. Near sideline, they're waiting for a throw in. Wagner will throw it in for Clarinda. 6:35 to play. Inside Jones. Jones will turn, shoot. Shot, no. And the rebound comes off to the Cardinals. Now Gavin McClure with a steal. He'll take it to the rim, layup up, and no good. Rasmussen follows with the 2.
Rasmussen coming alive here in the fourth quarter.
Boy. 45-41. Atlantic cuts the lead to 4. Cardinals with it. Driving is right. Layup missed. Rebound Jones. Put back is no good. Rebound deep underneath is Wagner out top to Tuzio for 3, and he missed it. McLaren with the rebound, a foul on Wagner. That's his 4th. With 5:59 to play in the fourth quarter, 45-41, Cardinals by 4 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. We'll walk to the other end. Cardinals draw back in a half-court zone. Rasmussen will throw it into Waters with a lot of time left and a 4-point lead for Clarinda, the Seed Pro scoreboard, 45-41. Waters brings it across in methodical fashion. Works between the rings. Fires Williams left side. We got a foul call on it, Brock Henderson. And he'll be out. That's his 5th. So Henderson is out with 5 fouls. And off the bench is Robinson and Bestie. So Brock will finish with 2 points here on the night for the Trojans. Inbounds pass, Justin Fine. And we've got a travel call on Fine. Turnover, Clarinda. 5:49 to play. 45-41, Cardinals by 4 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Rasmus will throw it in for Atlantic. Now top to Nolan Waters. And he threw it over to DeBestie, and DeBestie was heading for the ring. Turnover Atlantic, and Williams will come in.
This game is just going to go down to who takes care of the ball. I mean, that is exactly how this game is going to go down because it's just been a very sloppy start to the fourth quarter.
Wagner with it, a fine pass ahead. Right to Jones, skip pass out to Tuzio. Cardinals in the front court to Wagner, looks for a cutter. Guarded by Waters, now hands it off to Dalton Wright. He'll swing it right to Andrew Jones. 18 of the shot clock, plenty of time. We got a foul on Robinson and Bestie. Well, the game has been called extremely tight, there's no question. And Tuzio will shoot free throws. He has yet to score in the second half. He had 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11 in the first half. And yet to score in this second half, and he made that free throw. 12 for Tuzio. He's averaging 13. Second free throw. He's a good free throw shooter. He's 7 of 9 coming in. He's been just as accurate tonight. 46-41 Cardinals. Second free throw good. Tuzio now with a dozen, nearing his average. 5:24 to go. 6-point lead for the Cardinals. 47-41. McLaren out top. Swings it left to Waters. Back to Hudson McLaren, top of the circle. To Waters for 3. He got it.
That was big.
Waters with the triple now, 47-44. Cardinals lead cut to 3 on the Seed Pro scoreboard with 5 minutes left.
Nolan Waters stepping up when the light is shining.
Oh boy, was that big. Justin Fine, top of the circle, hands off to Wagner. 4:55 left, 3-point lead for Clarinda. Out top to Dalton Wright, left side Tuzio for 3. He missed it. In and out, no good. Rebound goes out of bounds. Last touch by Atlantic. The Cardinals will have it. Coaches don't agree with that. Inbounds will be Wagner. 4:44 left. 3-point lead for the Cardinals. The Seed Pro scoreboard. Wagner bounce pass baseline. Fine for 3. Hard rim. Rebound Williams. Tyrell on the loose. Out to Gavin. He'll step back, fire a 3. No good. Rebound Andrew Jones. The 6'6 senior for Clarinda. 4.5 to play. A 3-point lead for the Cardinals. 47-44. Wagner between the rings for the Clarinda. 4:20 to play. Out to Dalton Wright for 3. Got it. Whoa, what a big 3. Oh, boy. Timeout called as Dalton Wright buries a triple with 4:17 to play. Timeout called by Coach Hannafin. And we'll take it with him. We're back in 30 seconds, so back in a minute on 95.7 FM, a live video streamed at WesternIowaToday.com.
After years of wondering why I see more runners than other athletes, I figured it out. Well, a sophomore hurdler explained it to me. This is Dr. Fritz Beyer of Body Basics Chiropractic, and he told me since my hip started acting up, I lost 1 second from my time. 1 second in a 55-second race is less than 2%, but he knew it instantly because the stopwatch told him. In other sports, there's not a stopwatch to tell you when the nagging injury takes 2% from you. To make sure you're giving your 100%, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
Welcome back to Atlantic with 4:17 to play. It's a 50-44 Cardinal lead. A big three-point shot by Dalton Wright. Atlantic was close, and Wright answers with a three ball. Here comes Waters for Atlantic across the timeline. 4:11 left. Hudson McLaren high and right with a basketball. Couple of dribbles, hands off to Rasmussen. Swings it over to Waters, down low to Tyrell. Turn shot blocked by Tuzio. And it's picked up by Klein. Under 4 to go. Cardinals with the ball in the lead. A 50-44 lead. Wagner, bounce pass over to Fine, left side. Back to Wagner, Atlantic in a rotating zone. Kyle Wagner with a 2-1-2 zone. Pass down low, across the paint. Klein layup, good. What a great look. And Klein able to finish. What a great second half he has had off the bench. 52-44 Cardinals by 8 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Hudson McLaren top of the circle. Left side to Nolan Waters. Back to Hudson McLaren at the top. McLaren to Waters. Back to McLaren. 16 the shot clock. 3:15 to go. Hudson with the ball. Back to Waters, top of the circle. 9 on the shot clock. Waters over to Williams. 7 on the shot clock. 6 on the shot clock. Down low to Gavin. He'll turn, and we've got a push call on Tuzio. With 3:03 to go. And that's just 2 on Clarinda. 5 on Atlantic here in this fourth quarter already. And it's not a shooting foul. Williams will throw it in. Gavin to play with 4 fouls here in this fourth quarter.
Really bailed Atlantic out there. They had 3 left on the shot clock, and
Gavin drives, shot block. Go ahead, Cody.
Yeah, McLaren was not in good position to get up a good shot, so they were bailed out there by the foul.
Tyrell throws it in for the baseline of the tip out. 3 minutes left. Williams will throw it in for Atlantic. Williams looking in, finds Rasmussen, baseline drive, looper no good, a foul called on Clarinda. So Rasmussen will go to the line. As he heads that way, we owe you a station identification.
KS 95.7 is KSWI Atlantic, a proud part of Meredith Communications. KS 95.7.
Welcome back to Atlantic and a 52-44 lead for Clarinda. With 2:58 to play on the Seed Pros scoreboard, Rasmussen will shoot a pair. Free throw good. He's averaging 28 a game. He has 19 in this one. He had kind of a slow start, but really got her rolling. His second free throw was up, and it is money. Money, money, money. For Rasmussen, now 52-46. 6-point lead for the Cardinals on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Klein, Wagner, near side Tuzio. He holds the ball against that zone, whips the ball ahead to Noah Harris. Back to Wagner, 2:45 to play. Wagner left side. Klein, baseline right, looks low to Tuzio. Puts shot is up and no good. A foul called on Rasmussen. That's his fourth. 2:38 to play. Tuzio has just been a handful, Cody, all night long for Atlantic.
Oh, yeah, he's a big, strong kid, and he's using his size to just bully his way down low into the basket, and he's picking up those fouls and getting those points at the free throw line, and that's exactly what Clarinda wanted to do in the second half, was to get down low, run their offense, and score with their bigs, and that's exactly what they're doing as this game progresses into the fourth quarter.
Great Tuzio missed the first free throw. His second one is on the way, and it is in and out. No good. He missed them both. And rebound comes off to Gavin McLaren. 2:35 to play. Waters left baseline. Back out top to Hudson. Back to Waters for 3. Good! Oh, boy, 52-49. Waters with 3 threes and 2 in the fourth quarter.
I think it's safe to say Nolan Waters is back.
Cardinals by 3. 2:15 to play on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Wagner with it, top of the circle for Clarinda. High and right to Harris. Back out top to Wagner. Wagner pulls up high and left, and back out top it goes to Klein. Klein top of the key. Wagner, 12 on the shot clock. Into Tuzio, a bounce pass low, layup no good. By right, rebound Hudson McLaren for Atlantic. Throws out of traffic, and I believe he's fouled. A foul is called on Clarinda with 1:51 to go. Atlantic down by 3 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. And that's 4 on the Cardinals. And I believe if it's on Wagner, he fouls out with 5 fouls. Yes, it is Wagner. And he had 7 points in the ball game. So in comes Warner Schmidt. Coach Hanna's had to go deep into the bench all night long. All but 3 players have been on the floor. Here comes Hudson McLaren. 52-49. Atlantic trailing by 3. Waters right side. Williams drives. Layup no good. Rebound Gavin McLaren. Put back is no good. And he fouled by Tuzio. Boy, the Trojans making a great run here at the end. 1:38 to play. 52-49. And that's just 2 fouls on Tuzio. Gab McClure at the free throw line. His first one is good. McLaren with 14. He had 17 against Glenwood on Friday. All 17 in the second half. 52-50. Second free throw on the way, and it is good. Big free throw, down by 1 now is Atlantic.
And that's just high basketball IQ there by Gavin McLaren, getting his defender off the feet. So
52-51, and that's carried by Clarinda. Klein carries the ball. Atlantic will have it back. They can take the lead of this possession down by 1. Hudson McLaren, top of the circle, brings it across. 52-51, Clarinda. Baseline, Williams. Back to Waters, to the left baseline. He'll bring it back out, right wing. And he threw it away. Over and back, Atlantic. A little miscommunication out top. 1:19 to go, fourth quarter. Cardinals by 1. 52-51 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. And we're going to see Warner Schmidt come in. Warner Schmidt comes out, and in the game is Nolan Wyman, the 5'7 junior. And the throw in by Dalton Wright out top. Klein with it, 1:18 to go. 52-51. Cardinals by a point. Wyman, baseline drive, layup is good. Nolan Wyman with a big 2. And timeout called by Coach Hannafin. Cardinals up by 3, 54-51, 1:08 left to play. We'll be back right after this 30-second timeout.
Elkhart Plastics in Atlantic has a career opportunity for you. They're currently looking to hire first and second shift oven operators, first shift assemblers, and maintenance personnel, along with competitive pay and shift differential offered for second shift. Elkhart Plastics offers medical, dental, vision, company-paid life and disability plans, as well as vacation, paid holidays, education reimbursement, and retirement savings plans. Go to myersindustries.com/careers to view openings and fill out an application. Elkhart Plastics is an equal opportunity and affirmative action employer. Now, back to Atlantic Trojan basketball on KS 95.7 and live stream at westerniowatoday.com.
What a finish here, 54-51, Cardinals by 3. 1:08 to go on our Seed Pro scoreboard. The inbounds to Hudson McLaren. He'll bring it across the half-court line. Atlantic needs a 3 to tie. Hudson pulls up off to Nolan Waters, high and right. Waters back out top to Rasmussen, almost a steal. Now Waters, right baseline 3, no good. Rebound comes off to Samuel Klein. Kick out to Dalton Wright. 47 seconds left, Cardinals by 3. Atlantic has to choose who fouls here. Rasmussen has 4 already. Wright with the ball, layup is no good, and a whistle and a foul called on Atlantic's Hudson McLaren, who has minimal fouls here in this game. 54-51. Now that's going to be 2 shots for Wyman. Or 2 shots for Dalton Wright with 37 seconds left. 54-51 Cardinals on the Seed Pro scoreboard. And the free throw by lefty is good.
And Tom, I don't think Atlantic wanted to foul there. I think they wanted to play it out and just see if Clarinda could beat them with their offense, but he got bailed out there by the foul call.
I think you nailed it there, Cody, no doubt. Here's the free throw on the way, and it's good. Boy, 2 big free throws by Dalton Wright. 56-51, 2-possession game now for Atlantic as they move to the front with 33 seconds left. Out top to Waters, and the ball thrown away, and a foul called. A check that is going to be over and back. That's going to be the call. It's going to be Cardinals basketball. The inbounds coming this way. 29 seconds on the clock. 56-51, Clarinda with a 5-point lead on the Seed Pro scoreboard. The inbounds by Wright, way out top, and Gavin almost a steal. He did. Waters with it. Layup up, no good. Rebound, Gab McLaren fighting for it, and a whistle. And a timeout called by Dalton Franken. With 22 seconds left, 56-51 Cardinals by 5. And we're back right after this 30-second timeout on 95.7 FM. And live video streamed at westerniowatoday.com, powered by Nishnanet.
First Winnie Bank is the longest standing locally owned bank in Atlantic, and as such, we take pride in how we serve our community. For generations, we have been involved with our customers and their families by getting involved in community events and by supporting technology and teaching financial literacy in our schools. You'll also see our support of athletics on the scoreboards at home events. It's this involvement that allows us to know our customers and their families for generations. First Winnie Bank, the only bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
Now, back to Atlantic Trojan basketball on KS 95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
Welcome back. Tom Robinson, Cody McCreedy. 56-51. Timeout called by Coach Frank, and Atlantic will have the ball underneath the basket here. Big possession, obviously.
Oh, yeah, big possession, and Atlantic in their huddle, they got to be talking about they do not need a 3 here. They need to get down low. They need to score some kind of points, set up their press, and if Clarinda breaks the press and gets across half court, that's when they're going to need a foul. But, you know, they don't need a 3 here, and let's see if they can get down low and get the 2 so they can set up that press.
Rasmussen will throw it in. The Gavin McLaren back to Rasmussen. He'll take it to the basket. Stolen away by Wyman. Ahead to Dalton Wright. Foul by McLaren with 16 seconds to go. That's Hudson McLaren with the foul. Is a good foul to keep him from laying it in. But now Clarinda up 56-51. They're 2-1 of the season. They'd won 2 in a row with wins over Nottoway Valley and Lennox, and then they lost to St. Albert last Friday night, 54-46. And the free throw by Dalton Wright is good. Wright's had quite a basketball game. He has 16 points.
And this is a big free throw here. This will make it a 3-possession game.
Yep, there it is.
There it is.
Good job by Wright. Average 12 coming in, or 10 rather. 58-51 Cardinals, 16 seconds to play. Hudson McLaren fouled by Wyman. Now 2 shots from McLaren with 13 seconds on the clock. Kyle Wagner fouled out with 7 points. Brock Henderson had just 2 points, but he played a tough game. He always does, getting rebounds inside, and he had the chore of guarding Tuzio. Hudson McLaren's free throw is good.
Yeah, and like you said, Tom, Brock Henderson's value to this team is much more than what the stat book shows.
Yeah, McLaren comes out 58-52 in favor of Clarinda. Sawyer Terrell will check in for Gavin. Free throw on the way by Hudson is good. Hudson McLaren made a move. 13 seconds to play, 58-53. Tuzio with a foul on Terrell. With 11 seconds left, the McLaren will check back in for Atlantic. 11 seconds, anything's possible. 58-53, it'd be 2-possession game if Creighton Tuzio will miss these free throws, but as good as he shoots, I would doubt he will. There's a miss. Trojans have a chance here.
I think I'm going to call announcer jinx on that.
I think you probably might. All right, the Trojans have a shot here. They've got to get the rebound. Here's Tuzio's second free throw. It is no good. Hudson McLaren to Rasmussen. 10 seconds on the clock. Rasmussen pulls up top of the circle. Over to Williams. He'll fire the 3. No good with 4 seconds left. The ball knocked out. Atlantic's ball with 2 seconds on the clock.
I don't know if that's enough time, but heck of an effort here by the Trojans to make it a close game here in the second half. It's just unfortunate that they come up just a little short.
And they were down by 10 at one point. Timeout called by Coach Frank, and we'll take it with them. We're back right after this 1-minute timeout.
Get to the
The perfect companion is waiting for you at the Fish Store and Pet Center in Atlantic. Pick out a furry guinea pig, hamster, or mouse. Maybe something feathered. They have an aviary full of birds to choose from. What about something scaly, like a snake, lizard, or hermit crab? And it's in their name. A wide variety of fish are available at the Fish Store and Pet Center. Get all the food and accessories you need to keep that new addition to your family happy and healthy. The Fish Store and Pet Center in Atlantic, a pet lover's paradise.
Hi everyone, this is Caitlin from your Atlantic Hy-Vee. Start your day off right and let us take care of breakfast. We have so much to choose from eggs, sausage, bacon, pancakes, and so much more. We are available 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. daily. Stop in and enjoy. Have you ordered your holiday packs yet? Leave all the holiday craziness to us. Stop in or give Crystal a call today to get your pack ordered. And don't forget, we also have in our meat department, you buy a ham and get a free turkey. That's right, you buy a ham and you get a free turkey. Thank you as always for shopping your Atlantic Hy-Vee.
Back to Atlantic Trojan basketball on KS 95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
Atlantic will have the ball back. They diagrammed a play here with 2.6 seconds left. Colton Rasmussen with the ball, 58-53. Cardinals on top here on the Steve Pro scoreboard. Into Gab McLaren, out to Waters. He'll fire the three at the buzzer. It's still good. And that's it here in the game. Cardinals win it 58-53 over Atlantic in a hard-fought battle. And Clarinda goes to 3-1 on the year. They defeated Nottoway Valley 70-44, Red Oak 62-60. Lost to St. Albert Friday 54-46 and win this one tonight 58-53 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Atlantic now 0-3 in the season. They'll face Creston on Friday night. And at Nottoway Valley on Saturday. We'll have the broadcast on Friday. And we'll take a timeout. Our postgame show is brought to you by Cass Health. Neighbors caring for neighbors. Back right after this.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
Now, back to Atlantic Trojan basketball on KS 95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
Welcome back. Postgame show brought to you by Cass Health. The Atlantic girls win 53-40, and the Clarinda boys top Atlantic by the score 58-53 here at Atlantic tonight. Let's look at the Trojans scoring. First of all, 3 in double figures. Colton Rasmussen entering the contest, averaging 28 a game, and the first 2 contests, he gets 20 tonight. 15 for Gavin McLaren, 10 for Nolan Waters, and Tyra Williams with 4 points. 2 for Brock Henderson and 2 for Hudson McLaren, adds up to 53 for Atlantic. We'll take a look at the Cardinals scoring, but first this from our post-game sponsor, Cass Health.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
Show brought to you by Cass Health. Tom Robinson and Cody McCreedy with you here this evening as we take a look at the final scores individually for the Clarinda Cardinals as they win 58-53 over Atlantic here tonight. Let's take a look at the numbers first of all. And for Clarinda, they were led in scoring by Dalton Wright with 17 points. Wright came into the contest. He was averaging 12 a game, and he gets 17 tonight. 13 for Creighton Tuzio, and he was averaging 13. He gets that tonight here against Atlantic. Elsewhere, 9 points for Samuel Quine, 7 points for Kyle Wagner, and 6 points for Justin Fine, who had foul trouble, and 3 points for Nolan Wyman in the game, and 1 for Noah Harris. And Coach Hanovan had to go pretty deep to the bench, Cody McCreedy, to keep his team alive with all the fouls the first half. But boy, credit Clarinda. They did a great job down the stretch.
Oh, yeah, Clarinda did great toward the end of the game. And credit Clarinda's coach there. It shows how deep Clarinda is, that they can go that deep into the bench and still pull off a victory. That's an impressive win if you're looking back on the game, if you're Clarinda. And Atlantic at the same time, yes, at the end of the day, you lost the game, but there's a lot of positives that are going to come out of this.
Absolutely.
They're looking more complete. They're looking like a better team every day. And if you're Coach Franken, you got to be happy with the performance that these guys gave out on the floor tonight.
No doubt about it. And Andrew Jones had 2 points here in the game. I failed to mention that as well. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll see if we can talk to Coach Franken here. Otherwise, we'll sign off and get set for our Thursday wrestling broadcast. We'll tell you all about that here in just a little bit. We're back right after these.
Are you ready to be? Elkhart Plastics in Atlantic has a career opportunity for you. They're currently looking to hire first and second shift oven operators, first shift assemblers and maintenance personnel, along with competitive pay and shift differential offered for second shift. Elkhart Plastics offers medical, dental, vision, company paid life and disability plans, as well as vacation, paid holidays, education reimbursement, and retirement savings plans. Go to MyersIndustries.com/careers to view openings and fill out an application. Elkhart Plastics is an equal opportunity and affirmative action employer.
First Winnie Bank is the longest-standing locally owned bank in Atlantic, and as such, we take pride in how we serve our community. For generations, we have been involved with our customers and their families by getting involved in community events and by supporting technology and teaching financial literacy in our schools. You'll also see our support of athletics on the scoreboards at home events. It's this involvement that allows us to know our customers and their families for generations. First Winnie Bank, the only bank you'll ever...
Welcome back to the postgame show brought to you by Cass Health. Neighbors caring for neighbors, 58-53. The final score here is the Cardinals defeat Atlantic by 5 points in the ball game, and Trojans made it close. They trailed by 10 at one time, 30-20 at the halftime break, and then able to come out the second half and get some things going. The Trojans outscored Clarinda actually in the second half, 33-28. That's how close it was in the second half. But the big difference was that second quarter when the Cardinals outscored Atlantic 15-6 in that second stanza. They got a big three from Dalton Wright. Craig Tuzio kind of went to work inside, drawing fouls. He went 3 for 4 from the line. He scored a couple of field goals inside. Atlantic able to come out the second half, and they had some answers for Tuzio and the gang, but tough down the stretch with the Cardinals, and they take away the win here, 58-53. Your final thoughts, Cody McCreedy.
Well, I thought it was a tale of two halves here tonight. At the first beginning of the game, both teams were turning the ball over, they were fouling, throwing the ball away like it was a bunch of political mail. I mean, they were just, it was a very, very sloppy game at the beginning of the first half. But second half, we actually saw a really, really great game that lived up to, all the points that were being scored. And this final score shows just how close it really was toward the end. And wow, just both sides, a very, very good game.
Like political mail, huh?
Yeah, like political mail.
Cody, thanks a bunch. We'll see you back here on Friday night. We'll have the girl-boy doubleheader Creston here in Atlantic. Our pregame at 5:45 and our first tip-off at 6 o'clock. Boys will tip off around 7:30. We'll have the broadcast at 95.7 FM and our live video stream on WesternIowaToday.com, powered by Nishnanet. For Cody McCreedy, I'm Tom Robinson. Thanks for joining us here tonight. The final score, the girls' game, Atlantic wins 53-40 over Clarinda. Game 2, it was 58 Cardinals to 53 for Atlantic. Thanks for joining us. Next broadcast Thursday night, right back here in Atlantic for that double duel. Atlantic and Creston. Red Oak also coming to town. The SWAT girls wrestling team will be here as well. We'll have the broadcast starting at around 5:15 from here on the radio, 95.7 FM, as Cody Weaver will bring you the play-by-play of the wrestling action. I'll be with him as well, just trying to stay out of his way on Thursday night. We'll see you then. Thanks for joining us. We'll be on live video stream Thursday as well as on the radio, 95.7 FM. Thanks for joining us, and good night from Atlantic.
This has been a presentation of Atlantic Trojan Sports on KS 95.7. Find our complete sports broadcast schedule at westerniowatoday.com.
Heartland Foam.